And here we go, as Jack's talking. Got teams coming out now. Fantastic. And here we go. Team news. Brackley line up with Danny Lewis in goal, with Ellis Miles at right back number 2, number 6 Gareth Dean captain, number 5 Connor Hall centre half, with Glenn Walker on the left number 3. We have central midfielders of Shane Byrne number 4 and Shep Murrumbedzi. Shane Byrne actually has had a few appearances with Northern Ireland under 19s. With the front 4 we have Matt Lowe on the right number 7 and number 11 Adam Walker, with Carl Bacon just playing in between, a little bit pushed up as well. And up front we have Nee and Lovu, 12 league goals this season, National League North, had 15 last year. Danger man, they play a lot around him. This many more will have to watch out for him. Subs bench of 12, Luke Fairlam, 13 Oren, 14 Oren Jackson, 15 Connor Franklin, 16 Alex Prosser, and 17 Omari Sterling James. And the Spennymoor lineup as follows: Matt Gold in goal, number 1. We have Callum Williams number 2 on the right. Completing the back 4 with Scott Harris number 5, number 6 James Curtis, who's captain, who's been a staple in that back 4 the entire season, with Stephen Brogan number 3 and slotting in the left back, who's been recovering from mumps. And we have Jamie Chandler number 4 in midfield, with Jake Hibbs, who we're not entirely sure, Jack, number 8 Jake Hibbs slotting in today, but we believe it's his first midfield start of the season.
I think it is, from what I can remember here, the first time he's started in centre mid this season, which is incredible considering he is actually a midfielder by trade.
And Hibbs has had a lot of games at right back this season, but he's slotting in midfield today. And a front 4 of Ryan Hall, number 7, number 10, Rob Ramshaw playing at number 10, so attacking midfield position centrally, with number 11, Lewis Hawkins, who was the man of the moment last match, scored the winning goal. And we've got number up top, Glenn Taylor at number 9, with a subs bench of 12, Robert Atkinson, 13, Chris Elliott, 14, Mark Anderson is on the bench, apparently.
Yeah, I think.
Touch and go.
I'll be surprised. Yeah, I'll be surprised if he gets on. We might need him later in the game.
Number 15, Chris Thackeray, and number 16, Adam Boyes. And those are the teams. Our referee today is Lewis Smith from Wigan. Assistant referees Andy Genders from Redditch, and we have Tom Boquet from Birmingham. And the fourth official is Tom Parsons. And a thing to say, Jack, we don't actually usually have fourth officials, do we? Usually, but with it being a playoff semi-final,
yeah, the magnitude of the game.
We have a fourth official. Yep. It's just showing the levels that have been going up now and the stakes. And
it's a good point. It's a little thing, but yeah, it does show the magnitude of the game. Just having a fourth official, yeah, but I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm getting goosebumps just sitting here, because this is a
massive game. We're in the east stand here. In the west stand, the club's cameraman Chris is up there analysing, getting ready for the game. And just to describe what's going on now, we've got the assistant referee Andy Genders trotting back. Referee Lewis Smith in the middle now. Ball at his feet. We've got Brackley in a huddle now. Huge game for them as well.
Yeah, big game for Brackley as well.
Brackley, the highest league finishes ever were this year, finishing 3rd. Last year they came 3rd in National League North. And in 2012-2013 they came 3rd as well. So this is massive.
One thing I will say, remember Brackley played at Wembley last year, won the FA trophy. They know how to play in big games. They're accustomed to it. They went on to win that day. But hopefully the quality will show through on the day for Spennymoor.
Glenn Taylor standing behind the ball now, ready to kick us off today, with Jamie Chandler standing virtually opposite him. Referee Lewis Smith looking up, and we will be getting underway here any second now.
The noise is fantastic.
And any second now, and Glenn Taylor kicks us off, National League North's top goal scorer, and he passes it back to Callum Williams, who launches it upfield straight away inside the first 10 seconds here. Jamie Chandler heading it down in this National League North semi-final, sponsored by Vanarama. Chandler furious with Lewis Smith there, first call of the day, setting the tone here.
You know what it is? I never really get nervous watching these Spennymoor games, but today I am feeling the nerves once we've kicked off. I was very relaxed before, but I mean, it just feels like such a big game. I'm just praying that we can do it.
It is a massive game. Chandler passing back to Harrison, who, since he's came in February, Jack, has been a calming figure. That he's just slotted a pass through now to Hibbs, who's slotted in at midfield today, and Brogan now with the ball at his feet, playing it upfield, headed back by Brackley now, and Brackley got a chance to turn, and Lovu's through here, and pulls the trigger, and Goals parried it, and Williams, no nonsense, clearing it away. Bit of a nervy start there, Jack.
A little bit of a nervy start. One man you don't want to allow with chances on Lovu, but
did he slip the net a bit too easy there, Jack?
Yeah, he did. He got through too easy then.
Murumbedzie puts it in.
Gould there. A bit of panic with Williams clearing it, but
Carl Baker.
there's a foul.
Yeah, maybe a little bit harsh. Chandler just sort of a little bit hacking away there. And Glenn Walker is now behind the ball for the free kick. And we have number 4, Shane Byrne as well. He scored actually when the teams met last month. He's over it as well. I think Byrne impressed us, Jack, last match.
He's been a really good player every time I've watched him. He's
a calming influence.
Very calming influence. He's played for Northern Ireland, as you probably have in that massive fact sheet.
Barely used the facts so far. Just going to describe what's going on here. As Byrne whips it in, near post. And Brogan was there waiting. Launched back into the box here, Gould. Safe as house is there. Matt Gould, if you don't know, the grandson of Bobby Gould. And the
son of Jonathan Gould.
Goalkeeper for Celtic.
Former Celtic goalkeeper, yeah.
Indeed, and Matt Gould kicks it from hand. Trying to find Ryan Hall.
Offside.
And an offside's been given, as Jack pointed out there. Bit of a late call there. The North Stand is filled to the rafters with Brackley fans, I have to say. As
we've got 120 listeners, by the way, Cameron, so no pressure.
No pressure. Well, I'm just going to describe what's going on here. We got Danny Lewis now putting the ball down, taking his time here in front of a packed North Stand there. Brackley Town FC. Danny Lewis stepping up now for the free kick, aiming it in the direction of Matt Lowe. Takes it down well. Good feet from Lowe. Back to Ellis Miles, who sort of aimlessly launched it downfield there. We've got the goal kick from Matt Gould again now, and Moors fans making good noise in the south stand there, which is its middle section there with a little bit of cover there, Jack. It's filled, isn't it? It's really filled.
If I'm just looking to my left, so I'm looking behind the goal where Gould's about to hit the goal kick, the one man I can see is Pod, who's our groundsman. I can just see him there with his big coat on. Out of all the people.
And he's had a job, hasn't he, Jack?
Oh, he's been here many years.
A goal puts the goal kick straight out there, and Jason Ainsley, the manager of Spennymoor, is displeased with that, and looks like Brackley trying to keep the tempo going fast here before Shane Byrne playing it down. And Love who's offside now. Went 2 offsides in quick succession.
Just a throw-in.
What's a throw-in? Yeah, throw-in. And Stephen Brogan now, ball in his hands, ready to throw in for Spennymoor in their alternative kit, third choice kit, Jack, of yellow today.
I mean, I don't know how many times I've mentioned my love of yellow kits, so I know it is. I'll spare the listeners.
He'll retract from that, and it's played forward to Ramshaw. Moors all in yellow today, yellow tops, yellow shorts, yellow socks. Brackley today in red and white stripes with white shorts, and a big challenge coming in there from Murumbedzie. Just going to take a look for you now. And Spennymoor now got free kick inside the Brackley half, just inside the centre circle, after a challenge from Murumbedzie on Callum Williams. Brogan stepping over it as well now. Yep, and Steve Brogan looks like he's going to take this with his in-swinging left foot, which we've seen, Jack, so much quality this year.
Yep.
Brogan from set pieces.
His deliveries will be key today, definitely.
And referee Lewis Smith taking his time to allow us to go on. And Brogan pings it in and around the box. Headed out by Brackley to Nlovu.
Nlovu's just
holding it up brilliantly now. Plays it over to the right to Ellis Miles, plays it down to Lowe, and it's ended up with nothing. Good to Matt Gould, who's keeping it at his feet for quite a long time. Then plays it centrally to Glenn Taylor, headed back, and it's ended up with the feet of Stephen Brogan on the left side now. Brogan taking it to the halfway line, back into Jake Hibbs. Hibbs back to Brogan. Brogan pinging it forward, a little bit cheeky chip there, but it's going to go out for a goal kick here. Or a throw-in. It's gone out for a throw-in. And Jack, tempo so far quite low, isn't it? It's a bit of a nervy stuff both sides. And
to be expected, yeah. It's to be expected. It's such a game of high stakes. It'll probably take about 10-15 minutes to really settle down for both sides to find the stride. But as you've seen before, Leon Nlovu, I can't pronounce his name. He held the ball up so well, but he did that so well at the Buryfield in April when we beat them.
It's like the Brackley game is sort of based around him, Jack, isn't it?
Yeah, he brings everybody into the game, he does. But speaking to Brackley, who's covering the game for BBC, his finishing isn't very good. It hasn't been all season.
His finishing isn't very good. And pushed out on the left side of Brackley, entering the Moors half here. Through Glenn Walker, who plays it, tries to aim for Nlovu. Carl Baker comes in, picks it up. Baker to Murrumbedzi. Adam Walker, Murrumbedzi, Walker playing 1-2, lovely play, Baker to Walker. Adam Walker looking for options, plays back to Baker. Good spell here, Brackley keeping the ball well, ball play into the box. And Curtis heads it out, Moore's captain.
Yeah, Brackley have settled quicker.
They have, and you expect that being the home side, Jack.
Yeah.
Adam Walker now on the ball, playing it to Murrumbedzi, who's played left back at Spennymoor last month. He's slotted in today in a midfield role, it seems to be. And it's pushed out to Walker, and he can't reach it. But again, we're seeing signs, Jack, of what Brackley can do there.
They're looking to get out wide quite quickly. I think in the Ellis Miles and Glenn Walker, especially, who missed the game at the Brewery Field in April. Glenn Walker was really impressive back in October. Really likes going forward, and he'll force Ryan Hall back today. He will. Ryan Hall's going to have to do a lot of defensive work, and I think that's what Glenn's just saying to Ryan there. He's got to go back with him.
But Jack Hall, we know he's probably got one of the largest work rates for a front player in the league, so maybe he's the man designed for that job.
Yeah, he needs to be switched on today, Ryan.
Goal kick here from Gold, launching it towards Taylor. Doesn't find his target. It's headed back from Brackley to Callum Williams. Murrumbedzi working hard early on there. As played straight out. Walker here with a throw-in. Joined from Banbury United in 2011. There's quite a few Banbury fans here today due to their hatred of, I believe...
Brackley, yeah.
Yes, supporting Spennymoor today. And ball played into the box. Brogan clears it away. Hawkins, man the moment. Taylor pressing Gareth Dean, the captain. Danny Lewis now ball at his feet. Very calm. Switches it to the left foot. Hibbs. Ellis Miles there. He's had a busy opening. Miles didn't have the best game last month.
He didn't, I remember.
They subbed him off with like half an hour to go, Jack.
Yeah, he did have a poor game.
He's had a good, decent start today, though.
Yeah, both the wide men have.
Murrumbedzi jammed in by Callum Williams, and he lashes out a bit, but the referee says get back up. And Chandler here patrolling the midfield. Hibbs. Hawkins on the left side now, looking to link up, cuts in. Tidy feet. And he's giving it away. And Brackley here will look to counter-attack. Murrumbedzi.
This is where Hall's got to get back in now.
And Glenn Walker's on the left side. And as Jack's mentioning, Ryan Hall's having to track here because Glenn Walker's on that left side. He's actually voted Glenn Walker in the all-time 11.
Wow.
For Brackley. He's been with the club since 2011. So he's a club legend, we're seeing here, playing the flesh, Jack. Connor Hall now. Centre half for Brackley, pinging it up top there. Lovu having a battle with Curtis. He's turned his defender well there. And Gold is there to sweep up. And you can see, Jack, I think Brackley, everything positive so far. They're trying to aim through, and Lovu, who's starting a lot of good movement.
Yeah, you don't blame them. He's definitely their main threat. But as you say, his goal tally, his goal return, I think 12 league goals this season. Should be better for the chances he's had, from what I've heard.
Indeed, and last year he got 50 goals and 66 appearances, so not the best strike rate, but I think he makes up for that. It's been turned over from Brackley here, inside their own half. Chance to counter, and Brogan has got a bit of a limp now. He's given away a tactical foul there on Matt Lowe. And Lowe looks like he could be down here, and calling over the Brackley physios. And referee Lewis Smith just standing over the top. Matt Lowe now is down. Physio coming on now to get treatment. And while this treatment's going, I'll just give you a few stats on Brackley. They came third in National League North, finished one place ahead of Spennymoor. They actually finished 1 point ahead of Moors as well. And they won 4-1 back in October at St James Park today. We actually had a funny discussion, me and Jack, today. The ground we are in is St James Park.
St James.
But we're pretty sure it's just St James Park, not St James's Park.
It's a massive debate.
Like Newcastle's, yeah. Probably showing more important debates on such a big game for the club. Brackley, sort of the main honour was winning. They actually got a second round of the FA Cup in 2013-14 season, and again in 2016-17 season, Jack. And there we go. It's getting clapped now by the North Stand, limping off. I think it'll be sort of a quick bit of time on the touchline, Jack. I think he'll be back on low.
It's fine, isn't he?
In a game of this magnitude.
Just over 10 minutes gone.
10 minutes in now, and Lowe going over to the far side here, and Danny Lewis can take the free kick halfway inside the Brackley half. Lewis now. Referee Lewis Smith blowing the whistle. Danny Lewis stepping up now for the free kick. Aiming towards Murrumbedzi. He's free on the left side here, and he's brought it down well. Ryan Hall stepping in tenaciously. Ryan Hall, Murrumbedzi turned it over. Ryan Hall wins it back, but illegally apparently. And this is a good set-piece chance here, Jack.
Yeah, James Curtis just shouting to Ryan Hall there, just saying, just try not to foul in them areas because you're giving them a chance to put the ball in the box. They've got players like Dean, like Connor Hall, and like Unlove who can cause havoc. Cheap foul.
Yeah, Shane Byrne now standing over this. We've also got Glenn Walker, who's a left-sided player now. So Walker looking for an in-swinger, or Shane Byrne going to curl it on with his right foot here. And gone to play quickly there, Ramshaw and Ryan Hall standing head. Byrne pushing out very far to the right there. It's a rugby conversion style actually, Jack, the way you hit that. And it's gone out for a goal kick. A lot of talk there, a lot of communication, but no final product there really when it came to the set piece, Jack.
It's a pure set piece in the end. James Curtis in conversation with Ryan Hall again, just saying don't foul in them areas, just don't give them a chance to put the ball in the box, limit the chances, restrict them.
How important is that communication in a game of this magnitude? Because we always see, springs to mind, Steven Gerrard, one slip, and that was probably more unfortunate and a bad one to use, as Jack is a Liverpool fan here. To get back to the game, goal.
A little bit raw, that.
Again, Brackley aimed for it, and Lovu brings it down. I was just going to say well, but his first touch wasn't there. And the assistant, Andy Genders, is giving the throw-in to Spenny here. Brogan just inside the Moors half here. Inside the first 12 minutes of this game here today at St James Park. Throws it to Taylor. Taylor heads it on. Nice little turn from Hibbs, but he gives it away. At the moment, Brackley winning the ball back, having most of possession. Murrumbedzi keeping it well. Gives it to Glenn Walker on the left side. Glenn Walker here, just inside the Moors half. Gives it to Murrumbedzi. Doesn't look for it back. Murrumbedzi to Byrne. Shane Byrne cuts in. Murrumbedzi just outside the Moors box now. Could pull the trigger. Covered in yellow shirts though. Moors like a pack of bees swarming. And Glenn Walker here, far left side. And he's gone out for a throw-in.
Throw-in, yep.
Good shepherding there from Moors. Ironically, of Shepherd Murrumbedzi.
Oh my, no punts there. Let's go serious.
And Callum Williams now, renowned for his long throw, throws it downfield. Glenn Taylor heads it on. Calling it. Thrown to Spenny here. And Callum Williams trotting again down. Just trying to take the sting, I think, out of the atmosphere, which it's starting to happen, Jack. It's not as loud as it was, especially behind that north stand, which is packed, as you can see.
It is packed, yeah. It is important we do take the kind of the momentum that Brackley are trying to gather in these early stages.
Murrumbedzi there, it's giving it away to Ramshaw. Ramshaw turning, gives it to Ryan Hall, far right side. Ryan Hall playing it through, turned over there. Connor Hall seeing danger out. Long ball and Lovu chasing down Curtis here. Curtis calm as anything. And Gold playing it back to Cal Williams. Lovely play there, and the Moors fans really enjoying that in the south stand there. And Lovu though, for a big man, he's shifting and he's pressing hard, Jack. Long ball down from the Moors, a bit aimless there. It's gone straight to Danny Lewis, who just decides, let's play from the feet, let's play from the back.
Just keep the ball a bit at the minute. We kind of just going too long. Looking for Ramshaw there. He's made the first run, he came back, and then Williams just decided to play the ball, and it's too late at that point. But we're just offering Brackley a bit too much possession in these early stages.
Connor Hall to Walker, and they're just playing along around the back now, but Taylor's pressing, so is Ramshaw. We know Ramshaw and Hall, and a really bad pass from Hall there, given away to Ryan Hall. Hall to Hall. Moors now in space. Taylor on the right side. National League North Player of the Season, and ball to Ramshaw there, just outside the box. This first touch wasn't there, Jack. Ball back, and it's Brackley kicked it downfield now. Curtis having to start the attack again.
Good chance. If his first touch was better, Ramos, then he probably could have got a shot away there.
Decent area, Jack.
Yeah, it was a good area, better from Moors.
Just giving the centre halves less time on the ball, Jack. Goal playing it centrally, and it's pinged back, and Harrison giving it away to Byrne there. A bit of miscommunication, what we were talking about there. And Byrne on the right side now. Shea Byrne playing it to Lowe. Matt Lowe managing to get a ball in. Blocked out by the Moors, and it's a corner for Brackley here. On the far right side. And Shane Byrne again seems to be the set piece specialist. Is the set piece specialist, Jack, for Brackley, and he's taking the corner here on the right side. And Moore's going to have to be wary here with Gareth Dean, who's actually had a few caps for England C team, Jack, hovering around the box, and we were impressed with him.
Yeah, Dean was really good.
When he came to Buryfield last month, Jack.
Yeah, Dean was superb, and he has been in every game I've seen him.
Shane Byrne here, playing it, pings it through. Dean heads it wide! And we're just speaking of Dean there, Jack. He nipped. Scott Harrison just did enough, Jack.
It looked like a foul on Harrison, but Dean was climbing all over the back of him. But you just saw the ball, exactly what they were trying to do, aim for Dean's head. Just gets it wrong, it puts it wide, but a bit of a warning sign there for Spennymoor. Harrison actually did quite well to stand his ground.
And that's what it is, Jack. Harrison did enough to stop Dean making a clean connection there, Jack. I mean, that's probably a goal.
Yeah, I mean, Harrison's his company's done really well since he joined Spennymoor. He's given us something else in defence.
Experience playing at a high level. Falkirk.
Yeah, experience, physical defender as well. Jason going absolutely mad there as we didn't get the decision.
Jason is furious with referee Lewis Smith about that call there. And the fourth official, Tom Parsons, trying to do the calming down job. We've got Paul Midgley as well. One of the Spennymoor coaches, hands in the air as well. And Jason seems actually been calmed down a bit by Parsons, the fourth official. That's probably going to be temporary. Jason's staying calm in this match today.
Yeah, the further this goes on and it's on a knife edge, then tensions will be so high on that touchline.
Glenn Walker out left side, passing to Murabedzi. Make a good connection, by the way, Murabedzi and Walker so far, Jack.
They've been
Murabedzi here, cutting back inside, and I thought he was going to drive hard there and hit the referee, Mr. Smith. And Byrne thudding it forward there to Baker. Fantastic ball from Byrne, patrolling that midfield. And Baker cuts in, playing it to Walker. Dangerous here, Murabedzi. Great tackle from Ramshaw there, but the heavy artillery continues. Baker pirouetting, turning on a sixpence, chipping it forward, and no one's home. Head of the way. But Scott Harrison out for a throw in here. If Hawkins can keep it in, and he tries to, but he's kicked it straight out. And it looks like it's going to be a throw in from Ellis Miles here. Pressure getting cranked up now, Jack, by Brackley. After a decent spell from the Moors.
It's down the left again as well. Everything's coming down the left for Brackley.
Hall is working hard, but at the moment, Murabedzi and Glenn Walker making a good connection. And
cheap foul again.
Yeah, cheap foul given away by Brogan on Ellis Miles. So we got fullback on fullback there. And Shane Byrne, he's a brilliant delivery so far. Every time we've seen him, the cap on Northern Ireland, Shane Byrne. And he's shown that international class that he's had under his belt throughout his career so far. And he's standing over this on the far right side again. Glenn Walker walking over as well. Discussions who's going to take it. But Moors need to be wary here because Byrne's delivery is fantastic. He chipped and pinged the ball in from the corner, and a free kick here in a similar position. And Walker, it makes sense, he's left-footed in swinging it. Glenn Walker steps up, it's curling far left here, and Gold gets a hand to it, and Gold brings it down well, and the Moors fans cheering hard, and Glenn Gold kicking it from hand straight to Murabedzi, heads it out, and Moors have a throw it on the halfway line now. And
he did well there, Gould, but I don't know whether he needed to kind of get the ball up as quick as he can.
Is the flapping at it in the air a bit dangerous in the box?
No, he did well there, Gould. He managed to get the ball away. It doesn't matter if he flaps, if he gets the ball, he relieves the pressure a bit. I just thought he could have settled the game down a bit there, allowed us to get out.
And not just kick it straight from hand, straight away.
Luckily we have possession, luckily we do.
And given away to Inlovu as soon as Jack says that, and Inlovu there, ball given away from Hawkins, and Inlovu there had a great chance to power at Curtis there, and his first touch just let him down, and Curtis sees away the danger.
A real let-off there for Hawkins.
Real let-off, because Inlovu had a 1v1 there against Curtis there. A bit of domestic here. Glenn Walker and Inlovu screaming at each other on the pitch now. Glenn Walker, the left back, screaming at Inlovu. Very angry. Bit of a team domestic going on there. And play back to the Moors here. Glenn Taylor heading it back to Ryan Hall. Callum Williams plays it first time. And Ellis Miles heading it forward. Harrison now playing it to Curtis. Gateshead legend Curtis playing it forward to Hibbs in the midfield today. Getting pressed highly, and I don't think he's used that pressure, and he's just got away to Brogan, who's so calm on the ball there to Hawkins. Another calming influence on the left side there. Playing it over the top to Brogan here, and teasing Crossack, and more of the same. And Clap Tommy Miller there, the assistant manager, clapping.
Yeah, it was better from spinning over there. Good move, and Brogan now.
A bit more composure?
Yeah, well, not even composure, just a bit more movement off the ball, and Brogan's made the run down that left-hand side. Good spot by Hawkins, but just overhit.
Is Brogan going to have to do those runs on the left side because Hawkins isn't the most pacey winger?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Hawkins he'll want to drift inside naturally. He's a centre midfielder by trade. He doesn't normally play out left, but we saw him Wednesday night. He's cut in, he scored a fantastic goal.
Goal kick again from Danny Lewis, heading straight to Nlavu. And Glenn Walker there, who's barking orders at Nlavu. Wasn't happy with him. And a bit of ping pong in the midsection now, inside the centre circle, and Callum Williams entering the Brackley half, playing it to Ryan Hall. Hall to Ramshaw, who's inside the Moors half now, to Chandler. Chandler passing it to Harrison. Moors playing some nice football. Hibbs turning. Hibbs to Brogan. Moors just keeping possession here inside their own half. And it's played up by Harrison there. And a foul again, and to Brackley now. And 0-0. 24 minutes gone at Chorley against Altrincham, and it's 0-0.
So the ideal situation for us today would be obviously Spenny will win, and Altrincham will also win at Chorley. That means we get a home tie in the final. But I mean, I don't want to say any more about that because
Jack will keep us. I'll keep it. Bit of a problem last week with the FC United of Manchester, who scored a last 87 minute goal, and then. And another offside for Glenn Taylor, who was in a great position, and he headed that down to Hibbs, who could have been in a good position there. Moores just needing to get a bit of patience, it seems, Jack, with how high they're playing that line with the centre halves. A bit of offside trap, a bit of battling going on that way, Jack.
I think we just maybe need to get a couple of shots in on the keeper if we can as well. We haven't really spent too much time in the wrong side.
Only 2 shots the whole game, Jack.
Yes, that's all it takes sometimes. I mean, Bradford Park didn't have that many clear-cut chances on the night, did they? Neither team really played great football. It was a very scrappy game, but I expect the same today, to be honest. I mean, these games, semi-finals and finals, are never the most fluent games with loads of goals, are they? Because it's who flinches first, who makes the first mistake.
Exactly. It's Murabeti playing it down to Baker. Baker outside the Moors box, and Curtis has just gone down to Walker. Walker, can he keep it in? He does keep it in. Then Walker. Baker looking to put it in the box, cuts in. Chandler jockeying, gets past him on the left side. Ball played in. Cleared away by Brogan. Shane Byrne taking it down. Pushing out on the far right side to Ellis Miles. Miles here looking to take on Hawkins. Does. Brogan needs to cut in. Miles passing it back. Low curling it in here. Overhead kick attempt by Baker, going over the stands, going out of the ground, and the Moors fans behind the south stand weighing him on. A decent effort, but it's gone straight out the ground.
Yeah, it was a good move by Brackley.
It was a good move, and they used the possession well there, Jack. It wasn't aimless, was it?
It was a good ball in. Baker there. I mean, if he scores that, then we'll be talking about that one for. They'll be talking about not us.
And you seem to use that. Everyone seems to use the same cliches with overhead kicks if they go wrong, because they rarely ever go in, do they?
They very rarely go in. I mean,
Taylor's at Ashton United though. It was a bit of a sloppier one, but it went in. Curzon Ashton, 5-0.
What, an overhead kick?
It bounced and they sort of turned around and over.
No, it was a header.
Who am I thinking
I don't know what you think
Who
about
am I
that
thinking of? Yeah.
That was against Chorley. He didn't go in.
And Nlavu now powering forward, driving, goes past Curtis like he's not there, and falls over his own feet. He's put it back up and he hit it. It's blocked out. And it's gone out for a corner here. Curtis furious with the referee, Lewis Smith there. And Chandler checked his boots there. Nlavu picked the ball up, drove really hard inside the Moors box there. Went past Curtis, who's one of the best defenders this season in National League North. Jack, like he wasn't there.
Yeah,
ball played out to Baker. Baker getting heavily pressured by Hibbs here, which he's a bundle of energy, Hibbs, but he's fallen over. And Baker puts it on his left foot, and it's gone miles over the bar. And again, the Moors fans packing that south stand up, weighing and laughing. 25 minutes gone here at St James Park. 0-0 if you're just tuning in. And Goal taking his time here to launch the goal kick downfield. And Tommy Miller, Jason Ainsley. Jason again chatting to the fourth official, Tom Parsons. I'm not sure what they could ever be discussing there, really. Jason sort of communicating why is that happening. And goal now, pinging the goal kick downfield. Brilliantly one header by Glenn Taylor there. who's showed his leap again. Lowe heads it down to Lowe. Matt Lowe on the right side. Came through Cambridge United's youth ranks. Hibbs passing it back to Harrison. Harrison on the ball now. Very calm at the back, Harrison. And smashing it downfield through the air there, through the skies. And to Ryan Hall, Jack. It's not really going to work playing long balls to Ryan Hall.
And you get the ball on the floor a bit more at the minute. Brackley have much calmer in possession. They use the ball a lot better than we are.
Yeah, they're being a bit more succinct with the ball. Murabedzi now driving. He's not always giving it to Glenn Walker. Gives it back to Baker. And Baker switching it. And Brogan doing enough there. And Moores will have the throw in. Chandler just communicating with Curtis. Ryan Hall. Curtis there just sort of commanding the back there, Jack, of how he wants to see the players shape in and move around and defend.
Yeah, Curtis has been talking a lot so far this game. I wouldn't be surprised if Jason Ainsley's kind of had a word with James before the game. Obviously being captain, one of the most experienced players in the team, just to say, look, it's a day for you to really be a leader.
Brogan playing it to Gold, and Gold hitting it downfield now. To Ramshaw. Ramshaw here, tussling and throwing Adam Walker to the ground. Referee says continue, and Ramshaw's he's gone on a decent dribble there, but it's gone a bit too far.
A couple of fouls in there, maybe.
Maybe,
Ramshaw,
yeah. You could definitely contentious.
Yeah,
Ramshaw. Well, funny, originally Adam Walker contested it, and then Ramshaw ran through a few Brackley players, and he's asked. Yeah, and Ramshaw's making a point out to referee Lewis Smith. You know, I did a 50-50 Adam Walker, fair enough, but maybe a few legs going in there, Jack. What do you think?
It could have been a foul, but I mean, it would have been a very soft foul, albeit. But
in the end, was his touch a bit too heavy there?
In the end, yeah. But I mean, Ramshaw could be the one who kind of brightens moves up there. He's just driving through, and he has a habit of trying to break through the lines. And when it is tight like this, and we struggle to maintain possession, sometimes just give the ball to Rob and just let him run, because we know he's got a massive engine. He never stops running.
He does, yeah. It's quite remarkable, actually. We've watched him throughout the whole season, and Robert Ramshaw is just unbelievable work rate, Jack.
He's a machine.
He continues sprinting deep into added time. Goal taking the free kick here, halfway inside Moore's half, and it's launched forward to no one's home there, and Ellis Miles just jockeys that out for a goal kick to Danny Lewis.
To waste again. We just gift him possession back to Brackley at the minute.
And Tommy Miller now, the assistant manager for Spennymoor, is just looking at Gold saying, what was that? And he's got every right to, really, Jack. I mean, just because Brackley are keeping the ball well, so when Moores get it back,
it's a power kick.
And go back to game.
Both keepers who just give the ball away.
And it's just happened to Danny Lewis, the keeper, and played over the top here by Ryan Hall. Murabedzi going in there, and he's furious, but he's going in. He's lunging in Murabedzi. Studs are showing, and it didn't make a connection, Jack, but he does keep lunging in.
A couple of times, Murabedzi's left the floor a couple of times.
Referee Lewis Smith not enjoying that.
These are the moments where we need to take advantage. We're really good from set pieces.
We've scored a lot of goals this season.
We've scored a lot of goals from set pieces. We have
three, and it's not even direct usually. Sometimes it's indirect as well.
Most of the time it's indirect. It's very rare we score direct ones, but I mean a lot of corners and free kicks and things. We've got some big lads in there.
And Brogan now stepping over it. Obviously, you don't know Brogan. Was involved with Rotherham before he had a terrible injury. He's going to swing it in now. He's curled it over. And he can't get over the first man there. Technique was there, Jack, just didn't have enough elevation on it. And played forward by Callum Williams, headed out by Connor Hall. And Moore's keeping the ball here in good parts for them. Good pieces of territory here. Chandler to Curtis, inside Brackley half now. Curtis trying to ping it to Glenn Taylor. And headed away by Ellis Miles there.
Better from Spennymoor, creating a bit of possession, a bit of dominance now on Brackley's half, and that's what we need to do, kind of pen them in.
A bit calmer as well?
Not necessarily calmer. I think we have been quite calm all game. I just think we haven't had this opportunity, and we've just given the ball away, as I've said it.
And Brogan and Hibbs, they're doing a bit of 1-2s on the far left side there, near the touch line, and it seems the play was a bit too intricate, and it's gone out now for a Brackley throw-in, which will be taken by Ellis Miles. And I've got to say, the assistant, Tom Boquet, is very quick to call that one out there as Ellis Miles throws it down. Gives it straight away again to Scott Harrison. Brogan to Scott Harrison. Harrison looking up, plays it centrally to Hibbs. Hibbs, number 8 today. If you're just tuning in, 0-0 here at St James's Park between Brackley and Spennymoor Town here.
I said for my pre-match prediction that I thought this would go to penalties.
You did say that.
And so far nothing's changed my mind on that. It really hasn't. Then again, I thought the other night was going to go to penalties.
How would you describe? I describe this game so far as being quite steely.
I would describe this as
ball played over to Murabedzi, a bit too heavy on that. I'm not sure if he's going to keep it in. He does. Callum Williams here, fullback on fullback, and Murabedzi's turned him. I would say well, but Williams is stuck with him. Good pressure from the Moors here. And
well played by Spennymoor, win the ball back.
Yeah, and Moores won the ball back here. Curtis to Ramshaw, Taylor, Connor Hall, Ryan Hall, Glenn Walker now. Ball at his feet. Looking to turn, Ramshaw. Was getting lured in there to make the challenge, but Ramshaw didn't. He showed discipline there, Ramshaw. Even though he has had a few red cards this season. I believe only one actually. He's only had one red card, which came at Ashton United.
Chandler. Yeah.
No, Ramshaw.
Oh, Ramshaw. Came at Kidderminster.
Came at Kidderminster, the red card there, Chandler. And a 3-game suspension after that. And ball back to Harrison here. Harrison to Gold. Gold to Harrison. And Lovu now, for a big guy, presses very hard. He doesn't really stop, does he, running? He's pressing hard. And
give the ball away now, but I mean, down this right-hand side here, better in terms of pressure, keeping Brackley penned in, not let them settle on the ball. But I think we've grown into this game. I think it was a bit of a nervy start, but you mentioned being calm and things. I think the lads are calm. You saw them before the game. They were a very relaxed bunch of lads for such a big game, but once it comes to game time, they switch on. I think that's a mentality that Jason's installed.
And Murabedzi now turning Callum Williams. And Callum Williams puts a great challenge in there. But Murabedzi's kept it in, he has. And Ryan Hall now pressing him tenaciously, and he gets it out. And it's a throw in now to Brackley on that far left side now. And you imagine they're going to want to try and get a long throw in here. All play it short. And Glenn Walker going to take the throw in here for Brackley, the Saints. Throws it to Baker. Heavily marked at the moment, getting out the challenge from Chandler. Fantastic play from Baker there, and headed away by Scott Harrison. And Connor Hall battling with Glenn Taylor. Taylor turns him brilliantly. Taylor, the National League North player of the year. And Ramshaw now pressuring Gareth Dean, who, no nonsense, clears it straight out. Boots it out of play there. And it's just hit the roof of the stand we're in here, in the East Stand. And that ball's gone, I'm pretty sure, Jack.
That ball is gone. It's out of there.
It's out of there. And I tell you what, you're just saying it was calm, then out of nowhere, Murabedzi goes galloping down the left side there, Jack.
Yeah.
Come back to the game here. Callum Williams throwing it to Hibbs. 1-2. Callum Williams playing it forward there. Bit of a teasing ball. Kids say gave that away cheaply. But Moors have won it back now. Moors are starting to conduct the game more now, Jack.
Yeah, we are. We're settling down now. We are settling down, and we're trying to keep the ball a bit more.
Chandler in the midfield there. A lot of chat coming from him as well, and he's sort of governor general in that midfield.
Him and Curtis are two. We've got a couple of Gateshead people listening in, I think, on the commentary there, so I think they're in the tune on how Chandler and Curtis and Ramshaw get on. So if there are any Gateshead fans listening, then you're very welcome today. Very welcome to support Spennymoor.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, your Gateshead contingent have done a great job for Spennymoor Town, haven't they, Joe?
They have. They've been fantastic since they came in there. Was it nearly 2.5 seasons ago now? They are the spine of the team now. They are Curtis, Chandler, Ramshaw.
Yeah, probably shows why Gateshead were doing well with them as well.
Yeah, they were in touching distance of the Football League.
And Ramshaw now driving, and they're holding off Brackley. They're not really giving him probably a bit too much respect. He plays it back to Chandler. Chandler to Hibbs. Hibbs, heavy touch again, given away to Baker, who's been brilliant so far with his feet and technique. And Lovu now on the far right side, getting jockeyed by Harrison.
3 men around him.
3 men around him, and he gets around them, and he passes it through, and a massive block. Huge block from Hibbs.
Great play.
Who was a late call to be put into the team, and he's probably stopped the goal there, Jack.
Yeah, he's the one who actually gave it away initially, so he's really redeemed himself
and,
there.
And Walker, back to Baker, it continues. I'm not going to call it an onslaught, but it's definitely testing the will of Spennymoor at the moment. And Walker, lovely play there to Murabedzi. To the other Walker, Adam Walker on the left side. Ellis Miles is definitely a much better game so far than he did in the meeting last month.
You mentioned it before. I think Carl Baker's pulling the strings for Brackley. He didn't play in the last game.
He didn't. And ball play through to Ramshaw here. He's in a good area, driving on the right side, Connor Hall. Ramshaw trying to tease him for that challenge there. Ryan Hall come to support Ramshaw. Ryan Hall now going to cross at him. Taylor's around there. 3 bodies and it's headed away by, I believe it was Ellis Miles again. And Moore's having to start the attack again. Brogan, lovely 1-2 with Glenn Taylor. Brogan, Stephen Brogan! Big challenge coming in from Connor Hall there. And Moore's continued. Chandler now driving inside Brackley half here. Ramshaw, 35 minutes gone. Ramshaw playing it through to Chandler. He's found himself in a lovely position inside the box here. Plays it in. And Lewis Hawkins needs to bring it down. Ball was floating in the air a bit too long there. It's like there's a slow motion there. And Ramshaw to Chandler. Chandler to Hall. Hall looking to get the ball in the box. He has got it in. It's a bit too far. I believe it's gone out for a goal kick. And Gareth Dean there, the captain for Brackley, is furious.
Better from Spennymill there.
A lot better, Jack. And
making Brackley defend, that's what we need to do, make Brackley defend. But I mean, if you look at Danny Lewis, has had absolutely nothing to do this half. That's the one disappointing aspect of this half. Other than that, I think we've played well. I think to go into half-time 0-0, Jason will be absolutely delighted. I know there's still just under 10 minutes of the half to go, but for me so far, it's been a solid performance. I know Brackley have had a couple of good openings, but Gould hasn't been really tested since the first minute when Unlove had that shot and he managed to claw it away.
Yes, and even that, I've got to say, from goal, that shot wasn't. I don't think Unlove made a clean strike.
No, it was a scuff. It was a scuff in there.
I think maybe the scuff sort of a double got goal in a way because he was expecting quite a big, powerful shot and it sort of dragged itself across the floor.
Well, yeah, we've just had a message there. Curtis, Chandler, and Robbie, the 3 amigos.
Indeed, they are. And ball aimlessly played down from Hibbs there to Danny Lewis, who's just thrown out quickly to Murabedzi, who's gone through a lot of work. Shep Murabedzi. So far, he's actually contributed to a lot of goals this season for Brackley, and he's definitely one to watch, to listen to, I should say. Ramshaw just barges him over and tackles him. Great tenacity there from Ramshaw. Moores has shown plenty of that at the moment. And Chandler now working across the back again to Harrison. Jamie Chandler. And Harrison looking to play the ball through to Ramshaw to head the way for Hall. And Gareth Dean there taking no nonsense, stepping out from a centre-half position into midfield. They're clearing it out for a throw-in, and Hawkins throws it in to Brogan. Across to Hibbs, Jake Hibbs. Playing it back to Curtis. Moore's just taking the sting out of the game here completely, really.
Exactly what we need to do at this time.
Williams loses patience, that plays it forward to Taylor, who's battling with Walker. Brackley will know the danger of Taylor with him being player of the year and top goal scorer, Jack.
Yeah, Glenn's struggled again in the game. He's been quite isolated so far. His touch hasn't been there yet, but I mean, when it comes to Glenn, you give Glenn one chance, he'll score. And that's what the wide players, Hawkins and Hall, will be trying to do. Get the ball in the box, allow Glenn to attack the ball with his head. So if he gets a yard, if Brackley gives him a yard, he's going to put the ball in there. And that could be the difference there. I think Hibbs as well, a note on Hibbs, I know it's his first start in midfield, but I think he's done okay today. A couple of loose balls, but to be expected. He's probably a bit nervous coming in.
Has he added an extra bundle of energy in that midfield?
I think he's what we need to do. Thackeray came in on Wednesday, but 2 different types of players. Thackeray, and it's a loose ball there from Hawkins. A couple of loose balls.
Lewis Hawkins there, on loan from Hartlepool, trying to switch the player there, and he's just far too much on that. It's gone out for a throw-in. Quite a lot of loose balls stage on both sides. Is it a sign of nerves?
There'll be some tension in the air. There'll be some nerves. Yeah, I know some of these players are experienced, but there's bound to be nerves, isn't it?
Ellis Miles able to throw it on the far right side now, sort of, I guess, a third of the way into Brackley's half. He throws it down to Lowe, who can't keep it, and Miles has sort of volleyed it in the air there, so it's floating in the air, and it's landed at the feet of Hawkins. Taylor playing it nicely to Hibbs. Hibbs now on the ball, chipping it over, probably a bit impatient there, Hibbs. And Shane Bird furious with Connor Hall there, who just sort of boosted out. And Hibbs now to Chandler. Just inside the Spennymill half at the moment, Chandler. Playing it to Williams. Williams giving it away to Adam Walker on this left side here. And it's again given away, and Hibbs, and it's just been given away by both sides.
It's frustrating to watch, isn't it?
It's like ping pong, and he got Byrne now driving forward, trying to play it to Lovu, and he's given straight to Curtis. And I'm not trying to be over the top of it, Jack.
It's scrappy, really scrappy.
It's going back and forth all the time.
It's a scrappy phase of play. We give it away once again. I mean, both teams just don't want to keep the ball top potato at the minute.
Yeah, it is hot potato. And I'm not joking. Connor Hall's just booted out of play here on the halfway line. Good pressure from Taylor and Ryan Hall, and Williams throwing it back to Curtis. And Ramshaw furious there. Callum Williams saying, "Come on!" We got Ramshaw saying to Callum Williams, "There's space here." Ramshaw sitting in that 10 position with no one on him. I completely understand why Ramshaw was angry there with Callum Williams. Hibbs now halfway line, ball his feet, playing it to Brogan. And it appears to me that Wolves will be happy to see us out for 0-0 half-time.
Yeah, 100%.
I think Brackley feel the same way, Jack.
I think both teams need to kind of regroup and go back in the half and new ideas possibly, but be interesting moves. They'll be shooting towards the Moors fans behind that goal in the second half. Brackley likewise with their home supporters.
Curtis, Chandler outside the Wolves box now. Heavy touch on that there. You could hear the
good tackle.
The breathing of the ground there. It's played through to Ramshaw. Ramshaw playing it through to Ryan Hall, who's gassing after it. And Hall, Connor Hall, taking no chances at centre half of Brackley Town.
It's a goal kick.
And it's gone out for a goal kick there, Danny Lewis. And that connectivity there, Jack, chemistry you see there between the front four, Ramshaw, Taylor, particularly Ramshaw, Taylor and Hall, because they've been playing together so regularly now.
That final ball was lacking there. As soon as Ramshaw got the ball, his first thought was, look, Taylor, Hall on your bike. Just slightly overhit for Hall, but we do look dangerous when we get a bit of space. I think Ramshaw's been our brightest player this half.
Rob Ramshaw has looked to make things happen, Jack.
Yeah, he's trying to make things happen from nothing.
He's driving, isn't he? No one else has really. I mean, we haven't seen Ryan Hall made a driving run, really. Ball played downfield. Connor Hall heads it back straight to the path of Ramshaw. Ramshaw now running hard, driving hard, pops over to Ryan Hall. And can Hall keep it in? He can't. A bit too much pace on that. And a good little moment there for Spenny Moore. And
we're breaking down the Brackley midfield and defence a bit more now. And for me, we're ending the half the better side.
And Danny Lewis now going to take the goal kick here for Brackley. Danny Lewis actually had 2 spells at Kidderminster, racking up 185 appearances, Jack. And
it's a lot of appearances.
It is indeed, and he's going to step up after the goal kick, taking his time. I think both sides here on a sort of putting the white flag up, it seems, as we end the first half here, sort of saying we'll both take a 0-0 at half-time.
Looks about right, just look about right. I'm just going to check the score in the other game.
Yep, 43 minutes in now.
It's 0-0 in both.
0-0 now.
Semi-finals. Good player.
Ramshaw now far left side. Brilliant pass by Glenn Taylor. He's got a good chance. Plays it in to Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall. Taylor should pull the trigger here, and he's booted it. He smashed it over. Not just the goal, the stand as well. And big chance spending more there. They broke brilliantly by Ramshaw making that run on the left side there. And Ramshaw furious with Ryan Hall. I mean, anger and shouting is not going to do any help now, Jack.
It was great initial play by, I think it was Taylor who flicked it behind, but Taylor and Hall in conversation now. I think.
Was there miscommunication? The ball came from the ball from Ramshaw lacked a bit of pace, I thought.
I think it was slightly behind Glenn, but Hall's tried to then flick it onto Glenn. I don't know whether he wanted the ball set on his right foot to hit. Glenn had to cut it on his left.
Taylor's now chatting to Ryan Hall on the halfway line, saying, that's not what I wanted, maybe. And Lewis now launching it forward to Lovu, again the man of target, and you can understand why, Jack. And foul given away there, not by Lovu, by, I believe it's Matt Lowe on the far right side there. And Brogan now standing over it. Stephen Brogan, and a bit of tactical time wasting, I think, if it's Spenny Moore, because Brogan was about to take the free kick, and now Gold's coming up for it. Matty Gold. 2 minutes added on here at St James's Park. And Tom Parsons, the 4th official, putting 2 minutes up there. Matt Gold launching it forward now. And it's headed down by Hawkins to Hibbs. And Hibbs showing nice little footwork there to Hawkins. Hawkins placing it! And it's gone just wide from Lewis Hawkins on loan from Hartlepool.
Almost to a beat.
Near deja vu moment there from Lewis Hawkins. Just outside the box on that left side there. Went for a curler. He stood still, didn't he, Jack? He went for placement. And a matter of inches there, Jack. And I thought it was in for a second.
I thought that was dropping in, but it would have been a carbon copy if he scored against Bradford Park Avenue. He was similar position, similar stance, no backlift really, did he? Just
no backlift,
chipped the keeper, but Lewis looked like he had it covered at the last minute. But for me, I thought that was dropping in.
Hawkins there. He's knocked out one team beginning with a B, and he's looking to do it to another there. And throw it now from Glenn Walker. Halfway inside. Spending more half. And great feed from Baker. Baker, brilliant play. Chandler trying to bring him down, he can't. 3-on-1 here, he's still got the ball. Brilliant footwork. Fantastic play there.
He's a good player,
from Carl Baker.
He's really good, really brilliant player, keeps the ball well.
He's not a young man, Baker, as well. He's 36 years old.
Yeah, he was at Nuneaton. I think Jason's really a big fan of Carl Baker.
Brilliant feet there from Baker. And Bird now. Outside spending more box. Cutting in from Chandler. He's got a chance to put a ball in the box here. He does put it in and brilliantly blocked out. Glenn Walker with a great chance of cutting in. Hitting it, blocked. And Gold has saved it. And Glenn Walker, initially, Shane Bird weaving in and out of Chandler there. Cuts in, plays it into the box, blocked out. And the ball bounced back there. And great chance for Glenn Walker as the referee, Mr. Lewis Smith, blows his whistle. And it's Brackley Town nil here, spending more Town nil at St James Park. Dean heads it, and it's been given a foul there on, I believe, and Curtis, they're tapping Scott Harrison on the back there, who's holding his ankle, and he's rubbing it better, and Andy Oates, the physio, got his bum off his seat there, but he's retracted now, back to the dugout. Oates he's very quick to the pitch to get on the pitch, Jack, isn't he? If there's any injuries, lightning.
He's rapid over 10 yards.
Gold now. Goal kick down, aiming for Taylor. Taylor brings it down nicely there. Chests it to Ramshaw. Ramshaw, lovely little back heel there. Probably a bit too showy offy there. It's Glenn Walker has managed to intercept that. And Lovu there. I was going to say a nice touch, but it's gone out for a throw in now. And Callum Williams halfway inside. Spending more half here. Wolves this half will be playing towards their own fans, which may inspire them, Jack.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully. They've made some great noise in the first half, but noticeably as the game's gone on and the atmosphere has got more tense and you realise there's so much at stake here, the noise has lessened.
That's indeed, and Kevin Wilkin there, he's chatting to Callum Williams, the Brackley manager there, about something, not sure what. Wilkin now, bewildered by that decision there from Lewis Smith, raising his hands, and Williams now carrying on, spending all the throw in. Taylor coming back to pick the ball up, receiving it, and Williams now, pressure being applied by Adam Walker. And Walker now getting pressured by Ryan Hall, and very calmly done by Glenn Walker there. You can see why the fans like him. And Walker playing it up top now to in the area of Lovu, but to no one. And Curtis heads it back here. And this is first opening minutes, lacking atmosphere on and off the pitch in the first 5 minutes of the second half here.
It's not foul.
And Chandler there competing for the ball, slight little touch of the foot, and
never a foul.
It's been given a free kick there, and that's going to get Jack.
We just need to keep our heads though. Don't trap back the referee. Just
try not to bite back. We've seen how that hasn't gone well before.
We've suffered from dismissals for Ramshaw and Chandler for discussing or overly discussing things. The referee should be say using a choice language, but not today. We can't do it today. Need 11 men on the pitch. Ball
played forward to Lowe, brings it down well. And I tell you what, Hibbs gets straight in there, making a good challenge. And Baker's been so dangerous, cutting inside. Baker dives in there, stud showing. This could be a yellow card here for Baker. And to be fair, Callum Williams straight up there.
It was late, but I think
Lewis Smith now. Referee Lewis Smith not interested in any cards. So refreshing to see in a way, Jack. Just sort of understanding that he made a bad call there, sliding in and get on with the game.
Yeah, but that's Baker there sliding in. Baker's been their best player, definitely.
He has.
Best player all game. Him in on love.
Listeners coming in 0-0 here, by the way. Brackley Town, Spending Town 0-0 here.
And
it's also playoff semi-final.
Still 0-0 at Chorley.
Yeah, and they are 1 minute ahead of us apparently to flash scores on the tracker. That is Ryan Hall far right side here, outside the Brackley box. Ball played in, dangling in. Glenn Taylor there was winning that battle with Miles there. And Gareth Dean did some great work to stop Taylor. And Lowe battling with Brogan now. Brogan hits it off Brogan. And it's been awarded to Brackley, the throw-in. And Miles now going to take the throw-in, Ellis Miles. And Gareth Dean, like Curtis, Jack, is just being tons of chat from the back, communicating what he wants to see. Throw back, Ramshaw. Ramshaw back inside there. Hawkins, lovely intricate play there. Hawkins now waiting for Brogan to do the overlapping run. Does Brogan need to get on his horse a bit quicker there to get those overlapping runs in, Jack? And thrown back, Ramshaw wrestling, playing along the floor, cleared up by Shane Byrne. Byrne pirouetting beautifully there on a sixpence. And you've got to say, showing
a sevenpence that.
The sevenpence that. And Walker now driving on the left side, playing it through to Baker. Baker gives it away rarely. And Baker sliding in again there, a bit maliciously. And Taylor now.
If he connects with Taylor there to yellow card.
Taylor to Hibbs, Jake Hibbs, getting pressure by Lowe, and no foul given.
Yeah, it's a poor touch from Hibbs.
Poor touch from Hibbs. And Taylor now, both sides giving the ball away again, and Hall just smashes it upfield and to no one. Then Callum Williams running back now, Moore's going to have to start their attack again, Jack.
Yeah, it's a bit like that phase in the first half where both teams just playing hot potato, giving the ball back and forth. Just need to settle down really. But there was a chance there when Taylor broke Hibbs. Slack first touch and it allowed Brackley to nip in there, but the space should open up later in the game as players get more tired.
Ruben Bedsy now had a busy first half, Jack, and he's taken him a while to get into this game so far in the second half here. And Callum Williams now on the ball, hitting it forward. Taylor heads down to Ramshaw. Ramshaw down the byline now, and Dean very calm, playing it straight back to the feet of Baker. Brilliant play from Gareth Dean, the captain for Brackley there for the Saints. And Ellis Miles slipping, and first touch was pretty terrible. It's gone straight up for a Moore's throw-in. Maybe let off there, Jack.
The look of despair on his face there as the ball went out.
I mean, just saying he had a great first half, and now he's actually in front of us this second half. We could be his curse. Ball played forward to Ramshaw. Dean heads it away.
It's a nothing ball from Hibbs.
Chandler playing it forward, and Danny Lewis scooping it up. And manager Kevin Wilkin barking orders to have Danny Lewis and the players as well. And then same to Lovu. Curtis wins this battle this time in the air. Curtis seems to have a bit more, has a height advantage on Lovu. Brogan. Stephen Brogan. To Hibbs. Hibbs. Being busy, plays it forward, and again to no one. And Gareth Dean. Easy work for Dean there. Dean to Walker. To Byrne. Byrne on ball at his feet now, looking to create space. Gives it to Baker. Baker, 36-year-old, cutting in. Beautiful play. Looks a level above, doesn't he? At times, Jack.
He does, yeah. I don't know if he used to play football.
He did. He played. Nuneaton was near the end of his career, but he has tons of football league experience actually, with Morecambe, Stockport, Coventry, MK Dons, and Portsmouth.
There you go.
And ball into the box now, cleared away by Scott Harrison, and quite a fast game here, pinging back and forward. Bit of foot tennis at the moment, and Ramshaw now driving forward in the middle. Ramshaw driving hard, and it's got to be a yellow card for Adam Walker here. And it is referee Lewis Smith going to give a yellow card to Adam Walker here. Ramshaw picking the ball up the halfway line, driving brilliantly into the Brackley half, and he's just taken down there by Adam Walker. Stuck a foot out. You call this yellow cards, Jack, taking one for the team there. And Spennymoor fans making brilliant noise now in the south stand. While Moors have a set piece chance here. I mean, it's quite far out. It's going to be more of a floated cross, I imagine, Jack, to try and land on the head of.
Very straight, isn't it? He's got to maybe go to that back post. You've got Taylor and Curtis there.
Stephen Brogan now stepping up for this one. Spennymoor fans making tons of noise. You might even be able to hear it on the mic. I'm not sure. 10 minutes into the second half here. Brogan chipping it forward now. Taylor leaping.
Corner.
And it's going out for a corner. I believe Connor Hall's managed to keep that in the centre half of Brackley there. He's played downfield to Lovu.
Done well there, Williams.
Callum Williams done really well there on Lovu. Ryan Hall doing really well as well, passing it back to Callum Williams. And Lovu, though, keeps pressing. And Connor Hall again smashing it downfield in the way of Baker.
Good header.
Headed forward by Harrison. Chandler Forward on the far right side to Ryan Hall. Chandler back to Hall, and Hall now picking it up. Great challenge coming in from Glenn Walker there. The Saints veteran stepping in there and seeing out danger. But the Moors going through the gears there, Jack.
Yeah, Spennymoor just starting to get the foot on the ball and starting to dictate play in the second half. I mean, I don't know about you, but my nerves are increasing by every passing minute.
I can't afford to be nervous, otherwise it'll affect my voice.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually. I can get away with it, can't I?
Pitching in.
I can pitch in nervously.
Yes. Taylor now, ball at his feet. Shoved to the ground a bit by Dean. Jack, was that a bit harsh or not?
No, I'd say that's a definite free kick.
Okay, and that's
No,
firm judgment as ever.
It's probably a little bit harsh, to be honest, but I'm going to be biased.
Okay, Stephen Brogan now, free kick for Spennymoor, halfway inside the Moors half, and Spennymoor fans making a lot of noise. I'm struggling to actually hear myself speak.
I mean, if this goes in, I'm probably going to
Brogan
roll over this
on the left side.
Coffee over, like.
Yeah, I think Coffee will go everywhere. Brogan now stepping up for this free kick on the left side here, swinging it in, lovely curl to it. Taylor reaching over, heads it just wide. Glenn Taylor heading it just wide there, and Danny Lewis was nowhere to be seen. And Glenn Taylor's leap massively impressive there, but Taylor's
I thought that was it.
Hands on head from Glenn Taylor there. Kevin Wilkin, the manager for Brackley, barking orders, screaming at his players out. And Lovu going back to Brackley now. They're driving. Baker having a wrestling with Brogan on the floor outside, but he's brought back up. And Lovu, far right side now, bringing it in. Great play from Lovu there, Lee and Lovu. Low driving on the right side, playing into the box there, and teasing cross. Moore and Bensey, great chance. Huge challenge from Chandler. Massive challenge from Jamie Chandler there. And Moors have got a free kick inside their own penalty box. And that ball from Low, Jack. I mean, if Moore and Bensey makes a connection, Jack, goal?
Yeah, 100%. If he just a bit of an air swipe, but Chandler there, as alert as ever, just patrolling that space in front of his back four, gets rid of it and the danger's averted. But chances starting to come now. The game will probably start to open up as it goes on.
It is indeed, and Goal now going to step up for the goal kick here. As the game starts levelling up in intensity, Jack. And Harrison now bringing the ball down well on the halfway line. Thuds it, and it's gone straight out there. Ryan Hall puts a thumbs up, but aimless, and Moors fans cracking out the songs now, which I can't repeat. Oh, I can actually, I can. I thought they were swearing for a second, but they're not. Glenn Walker playing it forward to Nlovu. Spennymoor fans singing to the Brackley fans, "You're supposed to be at home," because they're making no noise, I imagine. And it's been given as a goal kick by referee Lewis Smith here. Nlovu giving him the thumbs up there. And Gold taking his time here. And Moors fans at South Stand are making very good noise. They're completely out-singing the Brackley fans. That's not me being biased, that's me being factually accurate, Jack.
Our away fans have made more noise than those fans behind the Brackley goal, 100%.
And they're outnumbered, Jack, aren't they? I mean, they're outnumbered.
Yeah. Well, maybe marginally.
Actually, yeah, not as much as I think, actually. And Hawkins, lovely play to Ramshaw. Ball's got advantage here. Ramshaw driving, chips it into the box here. No one's home, though. Headed on by Byrne, back to Taylor. Taylor passing it to Hibbs. Hibbs challenged. Referee waves play on. Ellis Miles now driving on the counter-attack. Playing it forward to Callum Williams. Callum Williams
to
Ramshaw.
Need to capitalise now and get a goal because we are the better side.
Ryan Hall turning in. Glenn Walker. Back to Hall, and they might have averted the danger. Jack, go on.
Yeah, he's got to hold the ball up, Ryan Hall there. He's just trying to turn, but he's turned right in the Brackley man. Just keep the pressure on because all the momentum's with Spennymoor at the minute.
Murrumbedzi to Baker. Baker driving that cross in there to Lowe, and Lowe, is he going to get there? No, he's not. And Brogan doing well to track back there, and just in case to see out the danger.
Good covering. Brogan was there if Lowe managed to get there, but I mean, just keep the pressure on there. I mean, Glenn, he looked like he was going to hit it there on the volley. He just slipped at the crucial moment. I don't know if you've ever seen. His boot just gave way, but the volley was there from... It's coming down the right-hand side for this half of Spennymoor there with Ramshaw.
Hibbs' first touch, Jack. It's let Spennymoor down on a few occasions now.
Yeah, but I think that one, it was really fighting up, and there was a couple of men round him, but appeals for a free kick, I don't think it was.
Was it? No, yeah. Okay. Goal playing it forward. Taylor taking it down well, playing it forward to Ramshaw. Ramshaw now far left side. Ramshaw trying to keep it in. And he has, but he's given it back to Ryan Hall, who's come from the right side back in brilliantly to Brogan. Brogan to Ramshaw. Ramshaw to Hall. It's been a handball apparently. Scream and cries for handball, but the game continues. Moore and Bedsy heading outside the box now.
It's panic from Brackley now, isn't it?
A lot of panic from Brackley. Do you feel nervous energy from Brackley, Jack?
I feel nervous energy from myself.
Ball played in by Callum Williams, left-footed to Taylor. Taylor heads it down to Ramshaw. Ramshaw volleys it. Brilliant save from Danny Lewis. Brilliant save from Danny Lewis.
What a save.
Ball played in by Callum Williams. Taylor, brilliant interplay there. Ramshaw chests it down. Volleys first time, showing his brilliant technique there. Ramshaw turning and volleying it. And Danny Lewis with a fantastic save there. Averting, it's gone for a corner. Spennymoor putting serious pressure on here. 0-0 you're tuning in. Brackley Town 0, Spennymoor Town 0. 15 minutes in to the second half here in this Vanarama National League North semi-final.
That could be such a crucial moment.
Massive save from Danny Lewis.
The technique from Ramshaw to bring that down and spin and hit it all in one.
It's cliche, Jack, but great shot, great save.
Brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. First corner of the game for Spennymoor now. Get the big men up.
Brogan now looking for an in-swinger here.
I can't take this, like.
Stephen Brogan now. Hand up in the air, Spennymoor fans being extremely loud. They're singing, played at front post end, no one's home, and he just couldn't raise it, Brogan, could he, Jack?
It's a bit of a letdown, that, a bit anticlimax.
And anticlimactic corner from Brogan there.
Great save
Jack,
from Lewis.
massive moment there, Jack,
yeah,
massive moment.
As soon as it left his boot there, I thought it was flying into the corner, but we'll get more chances in this game, I think.
Wilkin telling the Brackley players just to calm down now.
Yeah, he will.
The manager now for Brackley. Been manager since September 2015.
It's
Kevin
still
Wilkin.
goalless at Chorley, by the way.
Still goals at Chorley, and half an hour left to play here at St James Park and down at Chorley. And Shane Bird now picking it up, trying to make things happen. And as incorrect from me earlier, actually Shane Byrne has represented the under-17s and under-19s for the Republic of Ireland.
Oh, wow.
And don't want to be getting those two mixed up. I'm sure someone else has played Northern Ireland here, but bigger things to be talking about right now as the ball lands with Baker. Baker playing it on the far right side to Miles. He's made a dangerous run. Miles bringing it in. Hawkins can't bring him down, and he does. Hawkins makes up. Hawkins good defending there, as Jack says. Ellis Miles now. Back to Adam Walker, who's had a quiet game so far. Adam Walker. Byrne looking to get it in. Playing it to Baker. Baker. And Byrne gets across it. It goes along the ground. And good defending from Brogan now. And the ball rolling out the halfway line here. And Gareth Dean, the captain of Brackley here, says Brackley fans shout words of encouragement. As the right full-back Ellis Miles now looking to take this for Brackley. Brackley looking to create a spell of their own, Jack, in the second half. The Moors have, without a doubt, had the best chance in the second half of the game.
Brackley have rolled the pressure now from Spennymoor early in this half. And they're trying to settle into the game a bit more, but you just think how important could that save from Lewis be?
Indeed, a massive save there from Danny Lewis. And ball's played to Shane Byrne now. Byrne coming towards the halfway line here. Ball at his feet. Looking for his options. Scanning the perimeter. And gives it to Dean. Dean, always happy to take it, Gareth Dean. Quite a technically savvy player, Gareth Dean, for a centre-half, Jack. And he's shipped it forward now. Played to Low out inside the box here. Could try and pull trigger, does, and it's gone wide. And I was thinking Low there. He had the ball for a long time in the box there, Jack.
Yeah, we had a couple of men in front of him. His route to goal was actually blocked with a shot, so the only thing you do is actually put that through the only space which is available, and that's past Matt Gould's left-hand post.
Indeed, Jack, a goal now. Stepping up for this goal kick here. With around 25 minutes left.
We've had 20 minutes at half, so yeah, 25 minutes.
25 minutes left here at St James's Park. St James Park. I keep saying one of St James's. St James Park here. 0-0, Brackley Town, Spennymoor Town in this National League semi-final here. And free kick to Brackley here. And Moors have sort of just kicked the ball away a bit there. And free kick to Brackley to their own half here. And Moors in no rush to give them the ball to take it. And Connor Hall stepping up for the free kick here inside their own half. Moors fans making plenty of noise behind this south stand. Ball to Gareth Dean. Gareth Dean on the ball now, the captain for Brackley. With his blonde streaked hair there. Playing it forward to Low. Cleared away by Harrison. Miles and Lovu holding up Harrison, who's a big man himself, turns him well, and Lovu turns him well, ball into the box here, a great chance for Baker, Baker's in the air, Curtis heading out, Chandler heading it out, the artillery continues here from Brackley, and Adam Walker now with the ball, and his dangers have been averted for now, what a massive chance, Jack.
I don't know how he's missed that, Baker.
Ball
6 yards out.
on literally a sixpence for him, Carl Baker. And he's just mishit it. He's just hit the floor. He actually did he make connection?
He made connection, but he scuffed it completely.
Scuffed it
on
completely.
his weaker foot, I think he's left-footed player. But once again, Unlove causing absolute havoc in the box there. Just shrugs off Harrison, who isn't an easy man to shrug off. Plays the ball across, and you just think it's a goal. But I mean, I'm not going to talk about. You know, is it your day? Is it your day when someone misses from 6 yards out?
You bet your house on that, Jack, going in the net, though, don't you?
Yeah, 100%. I turned away. I thought it was goal.
That was 5 yards there. In front of goal, unopposed to tap it in the net after Lovu did a brilliant work on that right side there. Scott Harrison, the big man himself, and he literally ran across the touchline like he wasn't there. And go back to the game now. Miles under pressure from Hawkins, and Miles now showing good pace. Miles showing good pace here. A great tackle from Ramshaw. Good space, and Robert Ramshaw on the far left side. Gareth Dean. Mark him, gets cuts inside, Ramshaw, and a good block there from Byrne. Hawkins putting it back in the box. And then Lovu there, turning, keeping the ball, holding it up well.
You've just got to stand
Baker, Baker playing it forward to Lowe. Lowe. Great chance here for Brackley. Lowe taking on Brogan. Brogan shoves him. Lowe plays it in. Great save from Matthew Goal off the line. Baker pulling the trigger. Off the line again. Into the net. Great save! Curtis over the bar! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! At Brackley Town, St James's Park. I've never seen anything like it in my entire life.
I don't know how that is.
The ball has been bouncing around the box, and Lovu missed from 2 yards out, and Spennymoor bodies were filling the goal with yellow, and unbelievable. I don't know how it hasn't gone in. It's a corner here for Brackley Town. I'm near speechless. Jack has...
I've just done a bit of shot. I don't know how the ball...
Jack has lost his cognitive thought, and his ball back in. It's in the air. Hawkins boots it out, and danger has been averted.
I don't even know how many shots was in that.
I've never seen, and thank goodness that's being filmed by our cameraman Chris, because I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. Ellis Miles being pressured by Ramshaw, and he's kicked it out, and Moore's got a... Ellis Miles has just kicked it out for a corner. The right back, unopposed, has just kicked it out for a corner, showing maybe mental weakness there, and the feeling under pressure now. 25 minutes in,
I'm still
and he's holding his ankle.
Trying to describe that.
Jack can't talk. Ramshaw has been unbelievable. He's been wearing his heart on his sleeve, but he's kept level-headed at the same time here. And corner now, Brogan is walking up to it, and an unbelievable game so far. And I'll try and describe to you what happened. There was a ball into the box, and the only way I can put it is that multiple people were on the line and could have tapped it in, but they didn't.
I think the ball was cleared off the line on about 3 separate occasions, and Gould saved it on about 2 separate occasions.
In the space of 5 seconds, and Gould saved them, and then Curtis nearly smashed it into his own net.
Yeah, let's go back to the point I made before.
We'll go back to the game here. Spennymoor corner.
The point that I made was sometimes you just think it's your day. And I mean, when you see stuff like that, how's the ball not gone in on 2 occasions there?
I don't know. And I was going back to the game. It's Stephen Brogan taking a corner for Spennymoor here. Far left side, pings it, it's chipped in. Front post, it's hit the crossbar. It's been headed away by Glenn Walker. And Curtis here chips it back into the box. It's gone out for another corner. And Stephen Brogan has just hit the crossbar.
From a corner, yeah.
From the corner. And I'm running out of words here. To describe this to you,
much better second half than it was the first.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, the game was in a lull in the first half, and Stephen Brogan now stepping up for the corner here. He's bouncing it like a basketball. I'm going to say LeBron James style as he.
Oh please no!
As he comes for the in-swinging corner here, and Moore's. You got Glenn Taylor who's behind Curtis, who's behind Harrison. I'm not trying to describe anything weird there, but that was what was happening. They've got some sort of formation here. Spennymoor. On top of this corner, Harrison, Curtis on the back of him, and they sprawl. They've pulled apart here. They headed up Danny Lewis! It's gone over the bar from Chandler there. Danny Lewis punching it downwards back into the ground, which caused havoc in the box. And Chandler scuffing his shot just over the bar. And the Moors fans, they're all pretty gobsmacked. And I mean, Jack is still trying to think about what to say. And we've got a substitution here. And it's going to be for Brackley. And we have number 12, Luke Fairlamb, coming on for number 2, Ellis Miles. And Jack, Ellis Miles has looked a bit fragile in the second half so far.
In the second half he has, yeah, definitely.
Why do you think that is, Jack?
I think it's because of the pressure he's had from people like Ramshaw and things that really disrupting him, but he has looked nervy this second half. Obviously coming off with a bit of an injury as well. But he's had a bad 5 minutes, Ellis Miles.
He has, and he seems a confidence player, Jack, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And go back to the game here, Glenn Walker heading it down. And Luke Fairlamb, number 12, coming on for number 2, Ellis Miles, if you didn't hear that. And Shane Byrne now, ball at his feet, and I'm trying to describe normal football now because I've lost words, and Spennymoor fans screaming behind in the south stand. I've never heard anything like it, actually. And ball played forward from Brackley. They're going straight out for a goal kick, and Brackley still seem a bit shook in their own way. How they not 1-0 up, Jack?
Yeah, I'm just tweeting now. I'm not sure how Brackley haven't scored in the last 5 minutes. You've had goal line clearances. You've had misses from 6 yards.
We have to emphasise here, listeners, that I don't understand how the ball didn't go in the net.
Yeah.
On several occasions.
Well, 4 or 5 occasions.
4 or 5 occasions.
Yeah,
and then down the Spennymoor end as well.
But let's say a great defending from Spennymoor to get the bodies in front, and a couple of good saves from Gould.
It was, yeah. Matt Gould made an unbelievable save.
As well.
It did hit the post. And back to the game here, low. Murrumbedzi on the right side here. Hibbs to Byrne. At the feet of Byrne now. Byrne looking for options, pushes out far right now to Baker. Baker, the 36-year-old, takes on Hibbs like he's not there. Great delivery, whipped in. And
it's all coming down that right-hand side of Brackley this half. Have you noticed? It's all coming down that side. Brogan's on time. Lowe's taking him under a bit too easily. Baker there, skipping by.
Do you think Hawkins needs to get back and try and help Brogan out a bit?
Maybe another check. It looks like Boyes is coming on. Yep, he is.
Adam Boyes is going to be coming on. And we'll see for who. Might be for Hibbs.
Possibly with Ramshaw dropping back in. But for me, Ramshaw's been the best player. I'd rather have Ramshaw
attacking-wise,
more advanced.
That could be a contested call, Jack.
He's just put the bib back
from
on.
Jason Ainsley. So he has put the bib back on. So Ainsley having second thoughts on that one there, Jason. Manager for 16 years, I believe, Jack.
A lifetime, something like that.
Yeah, and I believe it is 16 years, but...
oh, no, it's less than that. It's probably about 11 or 12.
11 is it? 11 years.
Yeah,
Longest
serving I think he took.
Longest serving manager in the National League. That is a stat for you. And Glenn Walker heading it away now. Ryan Hall battling away, as he always does. And Walker there, double heading it to himself there. And Chandler now, bit of aerial tennis again. And it's gone out for a throw-in now. To Spennymoor here. Callum Williams taking no time here, wanting to keep momentum up, Jack, and just keep playing while they've had good spells.
Yeah,
trying to get a good spell back, Jack.
It's been a remarkable second half, really, hasn't it? To and fro and chances at both ends.
Byrne playing it forward to Nlovu now, trying to get past Harrison. Harrison this time refusing to be beaten by Nlovu, but he does. Nlovu throwing him off like he's not there. Nlovu, and a great tackle from Callum Williams. Callum Williams
he's done really well with Nlovu this half. Williams on several occasions.
Callum Williams seems to have Nlovu's number. Every time he's had the ball, Williams has managed to tackle him. Everyone else has struggled, really. Larger men have struggled to tackle him, Jack.
We've survived that onslaught in the past 5 minutes or so, and we settled back down now.
Hawkins playing it to Brogue on the left side here, Murrumbedzi, and he's offside there. Assistant referee Andy Gender's putting his flag up there. We've had quite a few offsides, Jack. First offside in the second half, though, I believe.
Yeah, I think it is.
And
75 minutes gone.
The South Rooms attendance is 1,271. 1,200.
Ball played forward to Nlovu, back to Lowe. Lowe, big challenge coming in. Harrison heads it back to Hawkins. to Hall. If you didn't hear that, attendance was 1,279 here today at St James Park. And that is their highest attendance they've had all season, Jack,
yeah, I think
here.
it is, yeah.
Beating the previous one by 100 that they got against Stockport County 2 months ago. And ball played forward by Lowe to Murrumbedzi, and Hawkins he has seen that out very well there. Hawkins showing his experience there. Hawkins done a great job of Spennymoor since he's joined on loan. Took him a while to get going, Jack.
Yeah, it took him a while to get going, but I mean the past few games he's really proven himself on that left-hand side against Chorley. And
could he be someone that they potentially look at signing permanently?
It could be. He could be. It could be a player that could definitely fit in this side next season if that is to be in the National League North or the National League. We're yet to see.
And Brackley fans making a bit more noise now, and that North stand sort of just banging away as Gold looks to take his goal kick. And it's still found Glenn Taylor. Taylor's managed to head it over to Ryan Hall, and it's gone out for a Spennymoor throw-in here, halfway inside the Brackley half. Cam Williams now drying the ball with his top before he takes a throw-in. It's going to be a short throw-in here because he has not done a run-up for that, but he still managed to find Ramshaw. Ramshaw jockeying, pushing back now. Ramshaw turning, and Ryan Hall has a great chance, and it's gone just wide from Ryan Hall, inches wide by Ryan Hall.
How was he missed?
And Brogan now, ball at his feet, brings it back in to Jake's Hibbs, and the heavy attack carries on. The far post to Glenn Taylor. Taylor heads it, and it's a good save from Danny Lewis. Not a great save, good save from Danny Lewis. And
how was he missed? I don't know how he's not scored.
And Ryan Hall was probably 4 yards out, one-on-one there with Danny Lewis.
Tight angle, to be fair.
Tight angle, tight area there, but it's he's managed to sort of toe poke it, and it's gone probably. Again, Jack, probably a few inches wide of the post.
Yeah, just slivered wide there. But I mean, every time that a ball's knocked the back post and Glenn's wanted, Glenn's winning the header every single time against the likes of Connor Hall and Gareth Dean. He's once again there.
Glenn having a better second half than
first.
Oh,
100%. I think everybody is on the pitch.
And Lovu now. Danger seen away by Brogan. Chandler looking up. Plays a lovely intricate pass. And Ryan Hall on the right side for Spennymoor here. Hall, ball at his feet now, driving, looking up. Needs support, Ryan Hall, needs support. Turning around Hall getting marked heavily by Walker there. He's managed to get it in with left foot to Taylor. Taylor, challenge on Taylor there, but didn't connect. If he did, that could have been trouble. Murrumbedzi now running very fast towards the touchline, and it's been given by the assistant, Tom Boquet. And now Brogan throwing it to Hawkins. Hawkins looks up. Plays it forward to Taylor. Taylor bringing it down brilliantly. Taylor showing his class at the moment. But he's fallen over Taylor. Chandler gives it away. Poor touch. Callum Williams now halfway inside the Brackley half. Out to Chandler on the far right side now, looking to put a ball into the box. He does. Ramshaw competing. And ball now is at the feet of Adam Walker, who's
it's not a foul.
Brought down, and
not a foul.
The Spennymoor fans and the bench there stand up in refusal of that. Jack,
it was never a foul. I'm sorry.
And Adam Walker.
I'm not being biased or anything, but
it's not like you work. It's not like you work for the club, Jack. It's not.
No.
And Danny Lewis now taking a free kick here, halfway inside the Brackley half. There, pushing it forward at far right now to Lowe. Lowe has managed to bring it down to Murrumbedzi. Murrumbedzi back to Dean. Dean playing it forward, straight in the path of Chandler, and Dean hasn't been as settled as we usually see him in the second half. Jack.
None of the Brackley backline have. I mean, Ramshaw's
been superb. An amazing ball to Ryan Hall! Unbelievable ball from Ryan Hall, and Ryan Hall's touch has let him down there. And Ramshaw has put in, Ramshaw's literally chested it down from the halfway line, turned, side volleyed it, Cruyff-esque, into the path of Ryan Hall, whose touch has let him down, Jack.
Yeah, what a ball from him. Ramshaw's been absolutely superb today.
Ramshaw's looked like a Football League player today, Jack.
He's been absolutely superb. And that pass there, Ryan Hall, his first touch has got to be better than that. It has to be. If that's Glenn Taylor for me, he can take a touch.
If Hall's touch is decent there,
he's in.
In Jack's words, he's in. So a good chance would have presented itself here, and you're starting to think with the chances Moors have happened. I mean, Brackley have had tons of chances as well. Yeah. It's been a two-way street as we approach the last 10 minutes here. If you're tuning in, it's 0-0 here between Brackley Town and Spennymoor Town. 10 minutes left here at St James Park. Third v fourth. Both going for the same goal, trying to get into the final of the Vanarama National League North. To maybe get a place to vie for in the National League. Vanarama, great play from Walker, plays in, and he's hit the edge of the post there. And Gold, I think Gold had it covered.
Gold had it covered, yeah.
Gold let the ball sort of skiddle in there, and it hit the post. But I think Gold had it covered, and it's gone out here. And Gold's going to be taking the goal kick.
I've got a photo of Ryan Hall's effort here. I mean, how was that not
and we got a photo now from David Nelson, the club's photographer.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see the photo. I'll describe that photo for you now. It was very tight. A lot of tight chances this game. It's been very, very close. That's all I can say, really. The ball couldn't have really got any closer to them actually going in the net, could it?
No, it really couldn't. It was just so inches. I said fine margins. And
Ainsley
so
laughing at referee Lewis Smith, the Spennymoor manager. And Kevin Wilkin now chatting to his assistant about who maybe they could bring on. 5 and headed forward by Shane Byrne now, and was looking at the Ryan Hall, and it literally goes through the legs of Danny Lewis, and just go back to the play, and Lovu's offside again. And Lovu hasn't had the best past 10 minutes. Ryan Hall's, and we're watching now. Head to Spennymoor Town's Twitter right now, and you'll see the Ryan Hall chants. It goes through the legs of Danny Lewis, and it sort of treacles across the goal. I don't know. I really don't know how it hasn't gone in. It's gone through his legs in the direction of the goal, and it's gone whiskers wide. That's all I can really describe it as. And Brogan heading it forward, get straight into the path of Byrne. Byrne turning in. Byrne looking up now, giving it to Baker. Baker, who's shown his Football League experience, Jack, today, isn't he? He's been a cut above the rest when he's wanted to be. And cutting in here, Fairlam. Luke Fairlam, the first substitute used of the day. And do you think maybe both teams are keeping their subs maybe for extra time, Jack?
Possibly, yeah. I think you probably see, if it goes to penalties, I hope it doesn't, my word, but I think Mark Anderson will come on to take a penalty.
Murrumbedzi to Walker. Murrumbedzi back, gets the ball back. Lovely, great cross in, teasing that 6-yard box there. And Jack, just a touch, and that's in, Jack.
It's all coming down the right-hand side again, isn't it? Every single time Brackley have created a chance this half, it's coming down the right-hand side.
Jack, why are they finding it so easy to get down the right side there?
Obviously, it's something they've looked at. Brogan defensively.
Do you reckon maybe Hibbs in the central area can maybe track back a bit more help? Was that going to leave a hole there?
I think it probably more down to Murrumbedzi is now on the right-hand side, likes to go forward a bit more, doesn't he?
Yes,
Ellis Miles was only.
And Fairlam has made an impact since he come on there, making a few nice 1-2s, moving Brackley forward, and throwing from Glenn Walker.
1-1 Charlie Altrincham. Red card for Altrincham as well. Wow.
Charlie 1, Altrincham 1. If you didn't hear that, as a red card. And
Josh Hancock gave them the lead, then got sent off, and Charlie have just equalised.
So Hancock's goal came in the 67th minute. He got sent off 6 minutes later, 73rd minute, and Chorley scored on the 83rd minute. 1-1. Yeah. 5 minutes left now at Chorley. So stalemates at both grounds, Jack.
Yeah. I'll just see who scored for Chorley.
And Baker lashed in there, and advantage. Hibbs ball at his feet now to Hall. Hall to Ramshaw to Hawkins. Hawkins to Hall, and it's gone out now. It's been a foul. Foul given here. Lewis Smith, who's booking Carl Baker for the previous foul he did back there, where he lunged in. Baker, the yellow card there. Yeah. And 0-0, if you're just tuning in now, between Brackley Town and Spennymoor Town.
84 minutes.
84 minutes gone here at St James Park in this Vanarama National League North semi-final. Throw in now. Callum Williams. Callum Williams to Hawkins. Back to Williams. And it's turned over now to Brackley, and Baker playing it downfield to the path and Lovu. I mean, there's too much pace in that goal, and they're volleying it to Curtis, who's headed it, and it's gone straight. Curtis furious with goal there for volleying that and not taking a touch.
Yeah,
he probably had more time there than he thought.
Yeah,
Jack.
just invites pressure back on, but this is definitely, for me, going extra time.
Walker throwing it back to Hall. Connor Hall playing it forward there, centre half for Brackley playing it forward. And number 11 now, Adam Walker on the left side. He's come more to the game. Glenn Walker, club legend, being blocked there by Ramshaw. Ramshaw, who just works tirelessly, the number 10 for Spennymoor Town here. It's been Spennymoor's player of the game so far, Jack Ramshaw.
Yeah,
so?
definitely. He's probably been the best player on the pitch, in my opinion.
Murrumbedzi back in to Walker, who's just giving it away to Harrison, and Harrison plays it forward to Hawkins, who gives it away again to Lowe. Hawkins dives in and makes up for it. Lewis Hawkins there, on loan from Hartlepool. Hawkins, ball skidded forward there to Hall, and Hall's chasing down Walker tenaciously, and he's managed to play it in round to Taylor. And can Taylor take this down? And Taylor volleys it, and it's gone out. It's gone out for a goal kick here, Danny Lewis. And Jack, what are you thinking right now? Is this gonna go to 90?
For me, it looks like this is heading towards extra time, unless someone can find a moment of quality from somewhere.
And a goal kick now landed at the feet of Fairlam. Connor Fairlam. Fairlam, left side. Looking to get into the box, keeps turning around. He's managed to get it in, and straight into the bread basket of Matt Gold there.
It's got to the point now where I'm watching through my fingers every time Bradley come forward.
Gold taking his time there, though, not booting out straight away, Jack.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Let the lads get up and let the guys regroup a bit.
And he's gone aerial with that, and it's an up and under style there from Matt Gold, and it's just gone straight back to Gold. I've no idea what happened.
No,
there.
I love my job, but today's just not fun. It's just too.
And the ball's too meaningful, Jack. Is that the word you're looking for?
Well, I mean, when you're part of a club and you kind of follow the journey, you're part of the journey, right? So you want the lads to do well, you want the management team to do well, because you know how important this is to them, to the club, to the town, and
to the people.
To the people, yeah. It means a lot to everybody, including ourselves as well.
It does,
and a lot of the listeners as well. It means a lot. So there's so much at stake. And
I'm a trained journalist, and I'm trying to be
impartial.
Lead in a bit, but I'm leaning towards Spennymoor.
Just lean towards us heavily. Lean as heavily as possible.
Okay. And if you don't think we're describing the game, nothing much is going on. The ball has just continuously gone out for throw-ins for the last 45 seconds, Jack, and I'm not probably overdoing that, am I?
No.
Ball forward now in the area of Ramshaw, and the ground has gone silent.
Yeah, I think everyone's realised the game is petering out to extra time here.
Petering out, it is indeed. And how many? What are we on now, Jack?
Probably looking at 87 minutes.
87 minutes, and Williams looking up now, left-footed. Long ball to Taylor. Taylor leaping, heads it back to Brogan. Brogan heads it. Ramshaw hanging around there. Lewis Hawkins trying to bring it down. No one can get it down enough. The ball's bobbling around, and Hibbs now. Hibbs taking time, playing it to the right to Callum Williams. Williams looking up. Loop, a teasing cross. Taylor heads it down to Ramshaw, and Murrumbedzi seen out of danger. Murrumbedzi's had a good game, Jack, and played forward. And there's a slip from Captain Gareth Dean.
He hasn't touched them.
And no one touched him. And Glenn Taylor is in Lewis Smith, the referee's face. And I understand that because
he slipped.
Gareth Dean was unopposed, the captain for Brackley, and he slipped over. And the foul's been given, I think. Jack, did something else happen that I didn't see or not?
No, I don't know. It looks like he slipped to me, but...
Well, Gareth Dean, the captain, seemed to slip, and it's been given as a foul. It's a free kick now, and Danny Lewis takes it, aiming towards Nlovu, who's had a quiet second half compared to his first half, Jack. And foul given there to Murrumbedzi, and this could be a Shane Byrne standing over it now. Twice capped, Republic of Ireland. Central midfield player Byrne here, set piece specialist for Brackley, the Saints. In a good position here. And Brackley will get one last roll of the dice here, Jack, as we head towards 90 minutes. In the counting seconds. And Byrne now stepping up, pings it beautifully forward, hangs in the air, and a great header from Curtis, and it's volleyed. And it's gone just over, and it's offside, and there's a foul. And Spennymoor reverted to danger. And the fourth official has just put it on the board now. 3 minutes added on
It's
there.
just
from
like a
Parsons.
nervous tension that is around the ground at the minute, isn't it?
Is indeed. Both Ainsley's had his arms wrapped like that for quite a while now. He's clapping. He's urging his players on. Jason Ainsley, Tommy Miller, ex-Sunderland, ex-Ipswich, midfield player, assistant manager of Spennymoor Town. Hands in pockets. He's been pacing up and down for quite a while, Jack. Tommy Miller. And Gold stepping up for the goal kick here. Pushing it forward and headed down by Connor Hall. Byrne heads it on for Brackley. Curtis stepping in to pass out to Brogan. Brogan back to Ramshaw. Ramshaw trotting down the left side. He could be going no man's land. 1-2. There's a 1-2 and Brogan's ball back to Ramshaw isn't good enough. And Ramshaw usually gets furious with those sort of things, but he's managed to keep a lid there. Ramshaw has been probably the man of the 90 minutes so far, Jack. And I think Murrumbidse's probably been Brackley's maybe as well.
Murrumbidse, Baker, and Love.
Baker, and yeah.
Baker and Love.
Danny Lewis here stepping up for the goal kick for Brackley as the Moors fans way behind the goal. And he's smashed at Danny Lewis. Massive goal kick to Nlovu there. Literally hitting him straight up, and then Love is only outside the penalty area there. And Connor Hall chipping it far left, switch of play there to Fairlam. Fairlam chesting it down. Hall turns it over for the Spennymoor. Williams launching it downfield. Glenn Taylor trying to use his pace here to beat Connor Hall. And he's managed to get in front of him. Connor Hall's done really well to recover there, the centre half of Brackley. And he's just managed to avert danger there. Connor Hall. And Ryan Hall on the far right side here, chipping it forward, and Lewis Hawkins has a chance here. Punched by keeper Danny Lewis out of the box there, and Spennymoor, Harrison chests it dangerously into path. And Scott Harrison's given away a foul here, and he's trying to pick up the ball, and Shane Byrne and referee Lewis Smith sending Scott Harrison back there, who managed to get a hand to that ball before they played it quickly, which was key in my opinion, Jack. And Fairlam on the far left side, cutting in. Fairlam looking for options here. Luke Fairlam to Byrne to Murrumbidse. Murrumbidse now looking for options. Passes it back to Gareth Dean. Gareth Dean, the captain for Brackley. Plays it to the feet of Fairlam on the outskirts of the box there, and let Fairlam's made an impact since he's come on, Jack. Murrumbidse on the far right side here, looking to get a ball into the box. Brogan jockeying on the reverse. Murrumbidse cutting back in. Plays it over, taking a deflection, is hanging in the box here. Headed away by Harrison brilliantly there.
There we go.
And that's 90 minutes there. Brackley Town 0. Spennymoor Town 0 in this National League North playoff semi-final. Back to Spennymoor fans and listeners from wherever you are to this National League North semi-final playoff game between Brackley Town and Spennymoor Town. It's 0-0 at the moment. And I tell you what, first half was a bit of a lull, Jack, but the second half, massive chances for both sides. And I think we're expecting to see an array of substitutions maybe at extra time, Jack, to try and, new legs, new energy to try and
I think we'll see Adam Boyes. Yeah. Oh, he's on. Adam Boyes is on.
Adam Boyes is on. And Jack's going to doll that down there, and we're getting ready now for the first half of extra time here. And referees, assistants just having a chat on the halfway line, make sure this all goes to plan.
Who's gone off?
And having a look now at substitutions for both sides.
Hibbs is off. Ramshaw's gone back alongside Chandler. Hibbs is off.
Hibbs is off. I think you heard it from Jack there. Heard it from Jack.
No, that's not right.
They said Chris Thackeray's come on for Jake Hibbs, which has not happened at all. Adam Boyes has come on for Jake Hibbs. So I don't know why the announcer called that out. And we're getting underway here at St James Park. And Gold is pretty poor first touch there, playing it downfield. To Fairlam competing there. Williams playing it downfield. To Hall. Walker playing it forward. Walker to Hall. Connor Hall this time. Always a bit of a weird one, Jack, when you got Connor Hall and Ryan Hall next to each other. Down to trying to play it to Fairlam this time, and Lovu now holding the ball up well. Fairlam's made the impact. He's managed to go on the outside here. Fairlam across the floor. Great block from Curtis.
Brilliant.
Fantastic block. Corner here.
It's a goal kick.
And it's a goal kick. I'm sure it came off Curtis, but I think it reflected back off Fairlam, and Gold now with a goal kick here. And Brackley coming out the traps there, Jack. Spennymoor fans making tons of noise in that south stand now. Gold in front of them now. And I can see Gold was taking a bit of stick from the Brackley fans when he was in front of the north stand there. So he's got his Spennymoor fans to back him up now. In extra time as we go back to the game, and Brogan on the left side here. Halfway inside, it's the Brackley half. In extra time, if you're tuning in just now, it's Brackley Town 0, Spennymoor Town 0 here at St James Park. Ball brought down now by Adam Walker. Walker loses it out to Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall, number 7 here for Spennymoor Town. Spennymoor in all yellow here, with Brackley Town in red and white stripes, white shorts and red socks. Adam Boyes, the impact man, he's a perfect non-league scorer, isn't he, Adam Boyes, Jack?
Yeah, it's the type of player you want on the pitch in extra time, Adam Boyes.
Yeah, I believe he broke Spennymoor hearts last season for Bradford Park Avenue on the last day of the game.
It's been nice for him to repay the favour there. It would be lovely.
Indeed, Brogan now. To Taylor, who's dropping back to pick it up, trying to influence the game more, Jack. Curtis to Ramshaw. Ramshaw playing it forward to Callum Williams. Lovely teasing ball there, and a bit too much weight on that, Jack. It's gone for a goal kick, and for the atmosphere is very tense, Jack, here.
Of course, yeah. It's
in the first half of extra time.
Tense between both sides, and plus there'll be tired legs out there now. Lads will be tired, so one mistake, and the mistakes probably be expected.
Surprised not to see more subs?
Not from our perspective, because there's not really, apart from Boys.
Brackley?
From Brackley, I'm sure they'll make.
They've got a couple left as well.
They'll make a change, probably, yeah.
Again, a massive goal kick from Danny Lewis. And lovely, he's managed to turn Curtis again. He's going to turn, he's going to pull the trigger, and I tell you what, that is a rugby conversion. That's gone over the stand, out of the ground, into the river, and I say, when we get that ball back.
Good initial play though from Unlove. That's exactly what he does well. Manages to spin Curtis.
And Curtis, one of the league's finest defenders, Jack, just sort of sees him away like he's not there with a handoff.
Yeah, but I mean, you put anybody in front of Unlove, I mean, he's an absolute nightmare to handle. It doesn't matter if you're the best centre half. If he's so strong and so physical.
He's quite nimble as well with the way he turns with his back to goal.
The thing is, right, with Unlove, it's a great hold-up play, but his end product most of the time I don't think is there. His finishing hasn't been great.
Well, you know, we see that. We're going Taylor scored more goals this season than he has in the last 2 seasons combined,
yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
And Ryan Hall in a lot of space on the far right side here. Walker jockeying him. Back to Chandler. Ramshaw looking up. Pings it, far post to Taylor. Taylor brings it back to Hawkins. Hawkins with a poor touch that gives it away and volleyed away by Byrne. And Love turning again. Curtis Harrison just managed to see off danger. For now, it's gone back, and a great little scramble defence from Brogan there, managing to see off the danger and the attack there. And it's gone out here, I believe it has, yep. Indeed it has. And Luren Bedsy now with the throw in on just inside the Spennymoor half here. And like a 1-2 there, and Boys has just come on. Studs showing apparently there. He's been given a yellow card out of Boys for the challenge.
Has he?
There's yellow in his hand. I can see yellow in his hand.
No, there's nothing. Ah, yeah, you're right, yeah.
Yellow card.
Yellow card. Eyesight's better than
Adam
mine.
Boys has just come on. He's going to get a yellow card from referee Lewis Smith here.
Good spot.
And it's not what you want. It's not the impact you want to make when you've just come on. Yellow card there.
It's just a bit of a... Just wants to get involved in the game, doesn't he, Boys? He's got the most energy out of anybody.
Over tenacious, Jack?
Over enthusiastic.
Over enthusiastic.
I mean, or tenacious, I'll take both.
And
Chris's camera's got no battery, by the way.
Chris is yeah, well, he's filming at the moment from what I can see, so it's working at the moment. And a long ball there to Dean. Dean can't get to it. And low to Baker. Baker managing to turn here. Brilliant footwork, brilliant wriggling around, great dribbling there, place it in, and it's
out.
It's gone out, and I was about to say why no one was screaming as I was about to enter the net there.
Good play from Baker again.
And Baker at times when he is skating dribbles, Jack, he just cuts through the defence like we're not there.
You could see how Spennymoor, obviously we conceded so many penalties this season, we just didn't want to touch Baker at all.
Yeah, and this referee, from what I've seen, Jack, slight touches, and he's happy to blow his whistle there.
I think we'll see Mark Anderson before extra time's up if it still remains 0-0.
Jack, as someone who's inside the club and sees him on a day-to-day basis, how fit is Anderson? And what sort of shape is he in?
I think he's fit enough to come on, maybe play 5 minutes, but I'm thinking more towards penalties now. I think if you want Anderson on the pitch for penalties, for my 5 takers would be Boyes, Taylor, Anderson, Ramshaw, and maybe Hawkins.
So basically the main sort of goal contributors.
Yeah.
Ramshaw, aimless ball through there. It's gone into the hands of Danny Lewis. Rolled into him, and very tense atmosphere here to St James Park here right now, as you can expect. Connor Hall passing it out to Byrne to Adam Walker, who's dropped a bit deeper here, the winger. And Glenn Walker, the left back here, playing it to Connor Hall. Connor Hall to Walker. And Adam Walker playing it to Walker, and it's just a bit of passing at the back here for Brackley, and they go try and make something happen, play it downfield, long ball, and Moores have actually defended that very well there. And Brackley looked to attack again, Jack.
Good play by Boyes there, just reading the game, nipping back in. Does that really well, Adam Boyes.
For a guy who's obviously his main thing is scoring goals, Jack, he seems to work quite hard for the team as well.
He does.
And Hall there, looking at the referee not interested, Mr. Smith. Byrne now on the ball. Shane Byrne. Walker to Murrumbedzi. Murrumbedzi passing across to Gareth Dean. Gareth Dean, the captain. It's a bit lacklustre here from Brackley, just passing on the back, not really looking to make any dents. And then Walker hesitating, and Hall
Ryan's
challenges him. Hall's holding his leg now, and Ryan Hall may be in a bit of trouble. He's got back up, but he's limping, and that's definitely something to keep an eye out for, Jack. And,
yeah, I've just noticed they pulled up before.
Dean to Murrumbedzi on the right side there with a poor touch, lets it roll out, and manager Kevin Wilkin is not happy with that.
I think we're about to see Mark Anderson now as he gets the tape on his socks.
And Mark Anderson, he's taping his socks. It looks to be.
I think Ryan Hall will be off, and Anderson will come on.
You can see actually the physio, Spennymoor physio Andy Oates has an eye on Ryan Hall right now actually, and Hall is nimbling around, but he doesn't look comfortable, Jack. Byrne playing a ball forward here to Lowe, trying to slip away from his defender there, but he doesn't do it. Callum Williams there, looking assured. Spennymoor back four,
Really
pretty
good,
assured today. Yeah. But apart from when Lovely just runs through 3 of them. And Walker back to Connor Hall. Connor Hall now nearly silent in the ground here in extra time. We're tuning in, by the way, 0-0 to Brackley Town, Spennymoor Town here. We're in extra time now. In 10 minutes into extra time.
Yeah, it's still 1-1. 10-man Altrincham hanging on 1-1.
Just to the other playoff semi-final. Chorley 1, Altrincham 1. And they're in the same time as us, Jack?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hall back to Ramshaw inside Spennymoor half here, going back towards the goalkeeper. Play forward, Anna Boyes raising a foot there, call for handball there, nothing given. Played it in Lovely again, brilliant hold-up play. They seem to just use the way they play, Jack is very dependent on him really being in the team. And Lowe now, 1-on-1, Williams leaves him. Baker, bad touch there from Baker, and Chandler actually doing nothing. It's scuffed in the air, could present a chance for Baker here. Baker cutting in, pulling the trigger, it's in the crossbar! It's in the crossbar! And it's gone out for a goal kick. And we've said it, Carl Baker has had 2 of the chances of the match there. I mean, to be fair, that second one we've just seen there, self-created really, Jack.
Yeah. Cuts
in brilliantly, left-footed, hits the crossbar. And showing his Football League quality. He's 36 years old, Jack, but you can see the quality the man possesses.
Yeah, great
I'm not sure if goal was getting to that, Jack.
Well, no, great play to make the space initially. Good strike. I mean, I've said it about 4 times today. You just sense that might be your day when stuff like this is happening. The ball just won't go in for Brackley. Then again, it won't go in for us either. So
it's a 2-way street so far. who's going to be closing the door? And it's gone for a throw in here for Brackley. Halfway inside the Spennymoor half for Murrumbidgee. Goes it to Low. Gives it to Walker. Gives it to Glenn Walker, left side of play here. Walker. Gives it to Shane Byrne. Skimming out wide there to Fairlamb. Fairlamb, trickery with the feet there, leaving Callum Williams, plays it into the box and it's deflected and to the breadbasket. A goal there. Spennymoor fans in the south stand clapping. And goal taking its time here, Jack. Wise thing to do, Jack?
Yeah, 100%. Slow the game down. Brackley just starting to create a bit of momentum, a bit of pressure on the Spennymoor goal. So be happy to get into the break.
Oh. And the ball drops down to Hawkins, and it's a good volley chance. He scuffed it. He's holding his head in hands there, Jack. If he connects with that, you don't know what could happen. Launched forward now by Brackley to Lovu. Keeper Danny Lewis made a fantastic save on Ramshaw. Shot earlier. Danny Lewis save on Ramshaw.
Yeah, it was good. It was a great save. Yeah, it was fantastic.
And Connor Hall to Walker. Left back here for Brackley, playing it across the field to D.
12.
Gareth Dean carrying it out now. Murrumbidgee to Lovu. And it's given away, and Hawkins now turns, trying to file that ball over the top there, and Connor Hall sees out the danger with a good header. Hawkins, Ramshaw. It's Callum Williams on the right side here. Back to Ramshaw. Jamie Chandler.
Keep the ball.
Chandler, Ramshaw connecting the Gateshead duo there. A great turn from Williams, but Fairlamb chasing him down. Curtis to Harrison. And it seems again, Jack, both sides will be happy with the 0-0 at half time here.
Yeah,
the playoffs.
definitely. And I think get Anderson on in the second half of
Curtis to Taylor to Chandler. Jamie Chandler looking for options, puts his hands in the air there, so giving options like, I want to pass it forward, Jack. And that's what you see, the body language seemed to suggest there. And it's been given away. Byrne, the Irishman, giving it across now to Adam Walker, who's dropped a lot deeper, Jack, as the game's gone on. And Glenn Walker to the other Walker, Adam Walker to Lovu. Curtis staying tight to Lovu, whose footwork has been brilliant. And first touch has, along with well, he kept the ball, and the challenge coming in from Boys. He's gone close to the line there, Adam Boys, but he's won the ball, and Bulls have got the ball back here. And I think Bulls are going to try and see this out from the 0-0 half time, and maybe give it everything that last 15, Jack. Seems to be, from what I can see. And Brogan giving it away to Connor Hall. Connor Hall now on the ball, both sides. Legs getting tired, Jack?
Yeah, there'll definitely be tired legs and tired minds.
Fairlamb on the left side here. Luke Fairlamb. To Glenn Walker. Halfway inside the Spennymoor half here. Glenn Walker looking for options. Glenn Walker keeping it at his feet here and looking to push it out to Byrne. Murrumbidgee, far right side now. 1-on-1 with Lewis Hawkins on loan from Hartlepool. Murrumbidgee. And that's it for the first half of extra time here.
Just about to kick off again.
Well, it's actually good we didn't pause there, because that was very sudden. Now we got substitution here. Jamie Chandler coming off for Anderson, for Mark Anderson, who's actually Spennymoor's top assist maker this year with 7 assists and second top goal scorer.
It's an interesting one, that. It is an interesting one. I expected a bit more for like, so Hawkins will drop alongside Ramshaw in the middle.
Does that mean Moors are going for kill here? Go for broke the second half, Jack?
You know what, possibly.
Bunch of attacking players,
Does Jason want to win this now? Looks like it.
And Lovu now, just stretching up before he gets the second half underway here. Lewis Smith chatting and Brackley fans making some noise here. And got a substitution for Brackley here. And it's number 11, Adam Walker, coming off for number 16, Alex Prosser. And Alex Prosser, number 16, coming on for Adam Walker, number 11. And he seems to be in that sort of midfield role there. And so you're probably hearing those now on the tannoy again. And Alex Prosser coming on as we get kicked off here. And Lovu there straight away, wasting no time. And they've won a corner from the kickoff there. Brackley and the fans making some serious noise in that north stand, Jack. And number 4, Shane Byrne. Going to take the corner here on the far right side here. And it's a battle of bodies, minds, and everything now, really. Anderson on the post there, he's quite a short guy. And Connor Hall there. And Curtis is down holding his head.
Yeah, he's climbing all over Curtis.
And how did you see that one shaping up there, Jack?
Well, he's just climbed all over his back.
Jack Franks says it how it is.
There's not much more to say, apart from Hall's climbing on his back.
And Curtis on the ground now receiving treatment from the Spennymoor physio, Andy Oates. And Curtis's eyes facing the ground at the moment. Doesn't look in a great way, Curtis. I mean, this game's gone on for a long time now. Everyone's tired, really, on the pitch now. Hence the substitutions, fresh legs.
Yeah.
And at this stage, you can make a difference, Jack. Just having those fresh pair of legs to come on.
Spennymoor with one change still left. Although,
who would you go for?
I probably wouldn't go for anybody, to be honest. Unless you've got someone who maybe picked up an injury at the back.
And Curtis carrying on here, he looks okay.
Thackeray or Atkinson, if Curtis isn't okay, you can bring one of them in. But at this moment in time, there's no need to change it.
No need to change it here. Referee Lewis Smith holding the ball now, waiting for Curtis to come back on, who's just going off temporarily with these Spennymoor fans still loud in noise behind the goal. South stand there, and it's been played back to goal. A good sportsmanship from Brackley with the drop ball there from referee Lewis Smith. Nice to see drop balls being done in a good way after the Leeds match, Jack. Cal Williams heading on the halfway line down to Ramshaw. Lovely side-foot pass, put a bit of pressure on Williams here, who's been a bit hesitant, and he's kicked it out to Ryan Hall. Controlled it brilliantly. Played it over the head of. I'm sorry to the commentators, a massive wasp behind me. And Curtis heading it back in, and Glenn Walker to Scott Harrison to Ramshaw. Ramshaw heads it. Opposite number, Baker has become close to scoring twice today. Carl Baker, first chance, ball into the box by Lovu, 6 yards out, maybe even 5 yards out, Jack. And Baker scuffing the floor. And Jack, I'm not really sure how Baker didn't score that first chance.
No, not a clue. That was probably their most clear sight of goal, wasn't it?
And second chance from just outside the box, from 20 yards outside, and Brogan. Spennymoor passing along the back and hits Brogan's foot and goes out. Maybe a bit of fatigue showing there for Brogan. Byrne, dummy, coming across now. Byrne controlling the midfield there for Brackley, as he has done all season. And Phelan cutting in here, getting away from Williams, going to pull the trigger, falls over, and Anderson playing a ball forward to Adam Boys, 16 on 16 here. And Alex Prosser managing to see off the danger there. Pressure from Boys, and this the way the second half feels atmospherically, Jack, it feels like it's going towards penalties.
Yep, I agree completely. It's one of them moments in extra time where you just feel like both teams have kind of settled, haven't they? It's tired minds, tired bodies.
Yeah, and it's probably not even the will for not wanting to score, Jack.
You'd be thinking now, the management team in Spennymoor and Brackley, you'd be thinking, right, who's the 5? Or will there be a 5, or will there be volunteers?
It'll be interesting to see the way it works. I'm not going to say anything, so I don't know. I honestly don't. You imagine the guys the more attacking players are going to take it, but
100%.
it's the goal scorers.
There you go, Baker even,
Poor,
sloppy touch.
For, quality player there, Carl Baker, ball played to the path of him, poor touch, goes straight out of play there. And Carl Baker probably technically the best player on the pitch, Jack. Even when he's doing that, you can see people tired now.
10 minutes left.
10 minutes left here. If you're tuning in 0-0 here in this Vanarama National League North semi-final for the playoffs, here, ball played through to Adam Boyes. Adam Boyes is in here. He's just gone wide. He's going to whisker away. Adam Boyes 1-1 with goalkeeper Danny Lewis, and he could have played it to Ryan Hall.
That's the chance.
He could have played it to Ryan Hall, Jack.
He could have made it. He could have. He didn't.
And I've got to describe it for you. A ball threaded through, and I've got substitution again now for Brackley. I've got the ball threaded through by, I believe it was Ramshaw.
It was Taylor.
Taylor through to Boyes, and Boyes at a 1-1 with goalkeeper Danny Lewis. Brian Hall was there, available for a tap-in. Boyes decided to go for it himself, left-footed, and it is an inch wide of the post.
If I was to put anybody on that chance to score, it would be Adam Boyes. I don't know why he hasn't gone with his right foot, his favourite foot. He just drags it wide, and I mean it's unbelievable.
So we have Carl Baker, number 10, coming off for number 17, Omari, Sterling James for Brackley here. Maybe trying to have one last roll of the dice here as Buren Betsy kicks over the top to Inlavu there. Good tackle from Scott Harrison, and you feel, Jack, that was it?
I still think there's one more chance in this, I do, but I mean, I just don't know why he hasn't gone with his right foot and just bent that round.
Back to game here, Brogan. Inside the first quarter of his own half here, Brogan using hand signals there, where he wants Glenn Taylor to be. Brogan throwing it long to Hawkins, and Hawkins is got in there, studs up, and on Omari Sterling James, his first action of the game there, Sterling James has won the free kick. And Byrne in a good position here, right on the right side here, perfect for a right footer like Byrne. Dangerous position here for the Saints. And there's lots of bodies being marked in the box here, and people trying to scatter away, and lots of movement going on there. And Lavu lurking in the back there. It's chipped forward, and Gold punches it.
Good goalkeeping. And
it's volleyed by Pros there, and straight back into the ground. Fairlam now, ball at his feet, looking to make things happen. He's made an impact. Luke Fairlam for Brackley. He's turned Ryan Hall there. Gives it to Inlavu, who's on the right side here in the right winger position. And Inlavu plays it to Sterling James. Back to Fairlam. Fairlam along the floor. Cleared out. Boyes now to Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall boots it downfield. Anderson can't chase that. And pressure staying on here from Brackley. Byrne to Inlavu. Inlavu now has a chance to put a ball in. And he does, but it's blocked off Brogan. Brackley with a corner here. Dangerous position, Jack.
Can't take it. Can't do this.
And Byrne with a corner here and it can't be long left.
Not a long time, basically.
There is
it's about 7 minutes.
7 minutes left of extra time. If you're tuning in, 0-0 here, Brackley Town, Spennymoor. The ball delivered into the box here. Gareth Dean coming in with a header.
Good defending by Harrison, that.
Brilliant defending from Harrison. And Gareth Dean came in like a steam train then. Great defending from Harrison there. It's gone out for another corner, and referee Lewis Smith sort of trying to moderate the tussling in the box track at this corner. And Lewis Smith having a chat now. He wants to chat, it seems. No, he doesn't. He's calling Scott Harrison over. He's calling James Curtis over for a chat. And Connor Hall, 3 centre-halves here. He's left, seems to have left, no, and all 4 centre-halves here having a chat with Lewis Smith. And he seems to be telling them to sort of sort themselves out here and sort of bickering in the box and shirt pulling and all this sort of business. As it'd be a pretty dire way to end the game here. As his corner, Byrne going to take the corner here. Pings it in, middle section. Gareth Dean, he's headed it and it's literally hit the stand and a bit lower there, and that would have been going in. A good chance of Gareth Dean there twice there, Jack. He timed his run perfectly, Gareth Dean, but couldn't make clean connection.
Just got under the ball a bit there. That's why he's headed the fire over, but a good chance. 5 minutes left.
5 minutes left here. Brackley Town nil, Spennymoor Town nil. Then this Vanarama National League playoff semi-final. Matthew Gold launches it up forward. It's a difference there. You can see Gold has not got the distance on his kick, so Danny Lewis does. And driving run from low, pushes out wide to Fairlamb. Fairlamb, 1-on-1 with Ramshaw. Ryan Hall tracking back. Omari Sterling James turns brilliantly. Sterling James! Good defending from Callum Williams and another Brackley corner. The screw is being turned on Spennymoor here.
I'll take penalties now, like.
The pressure is elevating. And there is only 4 minutes left here.
I mean,
at St James Park.
Don't want to lose it now. I'd rather get beaten penalties than lose it now.
Byrne raises his hand for this corner. In swinging, curls it round in, and Brogan can't even get over the first man. It's seen Brogan not the tallest of champs, and he manages to head it away. And Byrne getting around Ryan Hall, plays it forward. It's a brilliant cross. And Gold's dropped it, but he's managed to keep it, hands on it, and Lovu's just missed that there. Good chance for Lovu. And Gold there, steady hands there. And Ramshaw screaming for it, but Gold, you can understand Gold not kicking it straight away, Jack, trying to calm things down. Aims for Adam Boyes, and he finds Adam Boyes, and Boyes can't get it to Ryan Hall, and Walker's booted it downfield. And Lovey knew he was offside, so he hasn't even tried to contest for that there. And Moore and Benzie now.
Anderson's just unable to get in the game. I don't think he's touched the ball yet.
Playing it to Byrne. Byrne's playing to the top two, and Lovu. Gold's headed it down! And Lovu! And Lovu's got a chance, he's hit the side netting! And Lovu! Open goal for Lovu! And he's hit the side netting! Matthew Gold in no man's land, rugby tackling his own player. Stephen Brogan is now down getting treatment. And Lovu had an open goal and he's hit the side netting. They say his finishing isn't good and he's just proven that again there. And Lovu doesn't really know what to do. Fairlamb gives him a tap on the back. Andy Oates giving treatment to Brogan here, who's down, and I'm not joking, 5 players were on the SERB, had their head in their hands, knees on the floor, and didn't really know what to do with themselves, Jack. And
I don't know how this is 0-0, it's unbelievable.
I'm running out of words to say here. He's getting treatment, Brogan, right now, and Gold is sort of laughing in a sort of lunatic way, Joker-esque, sort of not really knowing any logic today, footballing-wise. It's gone out the window. Spennymoor Town,
just poor finishing from both sides. They're really poor finishing. Neither have been clinical.
Matthew Gold's getting treatment on his face here. He's got a bit of a bloody nose after that clash.
If both sides are taking the chances, then it's
4-4.
Could be anything, yeah.
Chris, our cameraman, I'm not sure if his camera's died or not.
No, it won't have.
Seems like
when you tell from over here.
Well, I thought he'd start to fold it up, but no, he seems okay for now. And Gold and Brogan getting treatment at the moment, and Lovu came out fine from that. Apart from the fact he missed, well, he could have won them the game. He could have won them the game.
That was the season right there.
That was it, and
both playoff semi-finals are going to penalties as it stands.
And we'll go back to Chorley. It's they're in the 116th minute. Chorley 1, Altrincham 1, and it's 119th minute here. Brackley 0, Spennymoor Town 0. And Brogan seems okay. He's back on his feet. He seems alright. Spennymoor Town fans, some causing absolute raucous mayhem in the south stand. Brilliant noise being made from
Hopefully,
fans.
it looks like penalties. Hopefully, we can get the penalties in front of them, not in front of the Brackley fans. Or can the Moors fans come round? I don't know. But that will be an extra bit of help for good.
We'll have to see.
I've always said, I said penalties, and I said we win on penalties because I'm confident Matt Gould can pull enough saves. He's been superb this season.
Matt Gould now.
But this is going to be difficult to watch.
Matt Gould launching it forward to Boys, losing out on the header to Prosser. Fairlamb has been brilliant since he's come on, number 12 for Brackley, the Saints. He takes on Ramshaw and he skins him. Ball to the box here, and they've triggered it, and a chance for Lionel, push back out. Murin Bensy, and the attack continues for Brackley. He seem to be finishing stronger. Omari, Sterling James, great tackle from Curtis. A key tackle from Curtis. 4 minutes added on here from the fourth official, Tom Parsons. And Matthew Gould now, ball at his feet. And Lovu jogging. And Lovu, I've got to say, for a big man, Jack, he's pressed the whole day, really. He's
a PT by trade.
He's a PT by trade, and that's me told. There we go. He's personally trained to keep himself fit. And he's shown that today. Lovu, he's been running all day, he's been pressing all day. He's a big guy, but he's got an engine on him as well. And brought a Fairlamb here inside Brackley's half. Back to Prosser, to the subs, linking up nicely there. And Lovu again chasing down, beats Callum Williams to it. And Lovu, still on Lovu, plays it through to Shane Byrne. And Matthew Gould has dived on it and he's managed to collect it.
Unbelievable.
Another chance presenting itself, but no one wants it here.
This is absolute howler.
No one wants it.
It's all Brackley now. I think we're hanging on for penalties. We are.
Spennymoor seem to be hanging on, and Gould has just launched it with up and understar to Glenn Taylor. Taylor heads it to Anderson. Anderson tackled by Prosser. Prosser playing it forward now. Harrison looks tired, and Lowe chasing him down. Brogan headed on by Byrne. Shane Byrne, massive tackle coming in from Harrison, but he misses him. Shane Byrne playing it into the area, and then Lover hits it over. Great save from Matthew Gould, and it's hit over the bar by 16 Alex Prosser. 4 goal scoring opportunities for Brackley, and they can't get it in. It's gone over the bar, and Lovu 2 yards out, doesn't tap it in. It skittles back to Prosser. Prosser smashes it over the north stand. Omari, Sterling James. I've got to go back to that now. Gold's going to take the goal kick. Can you describe that, Jack, or not?
Nah, honestly, I can't even be asked to describe it. I can't.
Jack's a broken man. I'll try.
I'm broken here. I'm broken.
Oh gosh, Harrison missed out on Lovu. Shane Byrne driving up that right side. I'm going back to the game. Ryan Hall on the right side here from the goal kick, driving hard. Fairlamb chasing him. Ryan Hall turning. 2 men on him, needs support. Mark Anderson couldn't get to it.
Now, well done, boys.
Mark Anderson couldn't get to it. Boys working hard, and Byrne and Brackley seem to be finishing strongly here. Murin Bensy on the right side, driving. Murin Bensy, he looks back in, he's asking for support. Sterling James.
Come on, lads, see it out.
Omari, Sterling James on the ball now. Driving, 4 strips around him, and he's taken the leg there. He's taken the foul. He bought that one straight off eBay. Last chance of the game, a free kick to Brackley.
He did not buy that one straight off eBay. He did not.
Edge of the box, well, I thought it was pretty cheap. He knew what he was doing there, Omari. He left the leg hanging out, and Shane Byrne now with a free kick on the far right side. Has a chance to win it for Brackley here in this Vanderarm National League. 0-0 here. This Vanderarm National League playoff semi-final. Shane Byrne stepping up here. Dying seconds of added time. The Irishman floating it in. Curtis heads it on.
Get rid.
Ramshaw. Clipped back in by Prosser.
Get rid.
Hall and Lovu. Chest it down. Far right, back in to Byrne. Byrne floating it in. Headed over. That is saved by Matthew Gould. And Connor Hall looking at him. Connor Hall laughing. There's a nervous laugh, and there's been blown, and that's it for full extra time, and it's finished here in extra time. Brackley Town 0, Spennymoor Town 0, and this Vanderarm National League North playoff semi-final B. And if you're a supporter of either side, the least painful it can be. And it seems the first man stepping up is going to be Alex Prosser. Number 16, Alex Prosser stepping up for Brackley here. The first penalty in front of the Spennymoor fans. James Curtis won the toss-up. Prosser here stepping up. Matthew Gold, 4 penalty saves this season.
Come on, goalie.
And Prosser steps up, and he's buried it bottom right corner. And that's 1 penalty in now for Brackley. And Brackley scored their first penalty, and Glenn Taylor stepping up. And now Glenn Taylor stepping up for the Moors.
I'm going to have to take a purge or something. I can't sit down.
So Brackley have scored 1 penalty so far. Glenn Taylor stepping up for Spennymoor Town.
Can't take it.
National League North, player of the season, top goal scorer, 25 goals. Can Danny Lewis save it? And Taylor's nailed it. 1-1. 1-1 so far. Glenn Walker will be the next man to step up for Brackley Town here. He'll be the next man to step up for a place in the final of the National League North playoffs. Glenn Walker, left-footed. Spennymoor fans doing their best to distract him in numbers in that south stand. Walker steps up and he buries it bottom right. He scores. 2-1 Brackley. Mark Anderson stepping up now. Mark Anderson, Spennymoor's top assist maker of the season, second top goal scorer. Had a few months out injury. National League North player of the month for February. Got a chance to make it 2-2 here. Danny Lewis on his tiptoes. Anderson stepping up. He jiggles and it's been saved back into the net. Danny Lewis gets a hand to it, but it finds its way into the net. He got 2 strong hands to it, but it found its way into the net. 2-2 at St James Park. You're tuning in. We're at penalties.
Oh, that was close.
Yes, we're in penalties here. Number 4, Shane Byrne. Pure technician of a player for Brackley. The Irishman, under 17, under 19 cap for the Republic of Ireland. Stepping up here, Spennymoor fans making a lot of noise here. Byrne! Bottom left, nails it! 3-2 Brackley, and he screams in the face of the fans in the east stand here.
Come on.
Robert Ramshaw. Gateshead. Absolute engine. He's put tireless hours of sweat into this season, literally. I don't think, Jack, has anyone else run as much as him this season?
Probably not.
Probably not. Robert Ramshaw, number 10 for Spennymoor Town, has to make it 3-3, and it's saved! It's saved by Danny Lewis! It's saved! It's saved! Robert Ramshaw, bottom right, and Danny Lewis, guest right. And Omari Sterling James to put Brackley in the lead. Steps up. Number 17, Omari Sterling James.
Come on, goalie, no one
steps up. Matthew Gold, Spennymoor fans. I would expect them to make a bit more noise here to try and distract Sterling James. They've started doing it. Sterling James, bottom left. And Moores now.
Have to score.
Gotta score. Have to score. Stephen Brogan had interest from Tottenham Hotspur as a kid. Played for Rotherham.
Doesn't matter.
Played for Rotherham.
Who cares?
And he's now stepping up in a Spennymoor shirt. And he has to score to give Spennymoor a chance. Stephen Brogan places the ball. He polishes it. He puts it down in the 12-yard spot. Danny Lewis looking nervous in goal. Stephen Brogan here, left-footed, has to score to keep Spennymoor Town in with a chance, and he has. 4-4.
This is it.
And Lee and Lovu, 12 goals this season, 15 goals last season, a key player for Brackley in getting here, in getting to where they are now. Key player, signed a contract extension, has a chance to get Brackley into the National League North Vanarama final against either Chorley or Altrincham. Matthew Gold, biggest moment of his career. Lee and Lovu steps up, yes, tries this, yes, hits it over the bar, and Lovu hits it over the bar. The Spennymoor fans rejoice.
Come on.
In the south stand, they rejoice. Liam Lovu, such a key player, and he hits it over the bar. Adam boys for Spennymoor Town. We are in sudden death.
I can't do this.
What a chance! Adam boys, Spennymoor Town, let off the hook.
Come on, Adam boys, come on.
I'm losing my voice. Adam boys nails it. Yes. Adam boys scores for Spennymoor Town. Luke Fairlam stepping up for Brackley Town. If he misses, Spennymoor Town are through to the Vanarama National League North Play-Off Final. Matthew Gold is staring in the eyes of Luke Fairlam here. This is a massive moment for both clubs.
Is this it?
This is it. This is it. This is it, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's not.
No.
Fairlam, he's put it over the bar. He's put it over the bar.
One more.
One more, I've got it wrong. I've got it wrong. This is not it. Fairlam. Luke Fairlam has missed for Spennymoor Town. He's missed. He's missed.
This is it.
This is it now. This is it. Come on. That was never one for maths. Lewis Hawkins on loan from Hartlepool. He scored the winning goal in the quarter-final against Bradford Park Avenue. He has the chance to score the winning penalty here. Come on. Lewis Hawkins can be the man of the moment for a second time.
Come on, Lewis.
Did it in the quarter-final. Can he do it here in the semi-final? The hopes of Spennymoor Town are on Lewis Hawkins' head here. Lewis Hawkins places the ball on the spot. He takes probably 6 steps back. Lewis Hawkins! Yes! Yes! Spennymoor Town are through to even the National League North Play-Off Final. Lewis Hawkins has won it. Jack has run onto the pitch, and I'm going. And they've won it. Spennymoor Town are in the final of the Vanarama National League North, and they'll be facing Old Chicken Chorley. It's chaos here. They've invaded the pitch. I've never seen scenes like it. Unbelievable. They're in the Play-Off Final. Spennymoor Town FC. Jack, my co-commentator, has run onto the pitch. I don't know where he's gone. And you have to feel for Brackley Town, who have been knocked out in the most tragic of circumstances here. And Spennymoor Town will now be in the final, facing either Altrincham or Chorley. And I will check for you now. I mean, Jack's left his computer here. It's started to break. I mean, Jack slammed his computer so hard it seems to be turning off, and I'm trying to find out news for Chorley and Altrincham. And we're getting the news for Chorley and Altrincham now to see who Spennymoor Town will be facing in the final. And it's absolutely... And Chorley have won on penalties. Chorley have won on penalties.